Welcome to the 89th episode of the Supernatural Occurrence Studies Podcast.
So fucking paranormal.
My name is Jason Knight, host of the show, and with me, as always, my co-host and producer extraordinaire, Mr. Oscar Spector.
That's Mr. Oscar Spector to you.
Mister?
No.
Did you go through a change I didn't know about over the last 2 weeks?
Well, when I talk about deforestation, I meant... No, I'm kidding.
Listeners, check the outtakes.
No, it's just the way people say, oh, is your name Oscar? That's Mr. Oscar to you. But you call me already Mr., so I just kind of doubled down on that joke.
Okay. Well, it kind of missed.
It's okay.
It kind of missed.
Well, if I have to explain it, then it missed, for sure.
Yeah.
But someone out there got it. Yes. How are you?
Good. I'm good. Because it was a rough day today.
I do have a thing, by the way, an update on something.
Yeah. Oh, the thing?
What thing? Oh, that too. I was talking about something supernatural.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Well, real quick, not a lot of updates.
Okay.
Haven't been researching serial killers over the past 2 weeks, so no sleep paralysis, no weird shit in hotel rooms, so that's good. We have a new topic tonight. Rough day at work.
That's the topic? Wow, we're really scraping the bottom of the barrel there.
It was scary. There was a lot of, let's just say, bloodletting around my corporate office up in New Jersey, and
pretty sure that's down.
I wasn't one of them, so It was intense. It was really intense, but that's about all that's up with me. What paranormal with you? What?
It's very small,
Well,
but it did happen, and I don't have an explanation for it.
Do tell.
So, I mean, the only I'll talk about what a possible explanation could be, but let's just tell you what it is. It was about 2, maybe 2:30 in the morning. And Lexi was with me. We were watching, I think, Legend of Korra from the show. And we're watching stuff and just hanging out in my room, doors closed and everything. And I live in this huge basement where there's a living room area that we don't ever hang out in.
Yeah.
It was already off because everyone's asleep. It's 2:30 in the morning. And I get up to, I don't remember what I got up for. I think maybe the bathroom, maybe. And when I was in the bathroom, I didn't notice anything. And then when I came back, still didn't notice anything. I remember this specifically because I remember it's like a comforting thing knowing that everything's pitch black. I don't know, it's weird to see. But knowing that it's 2:30 in the morning and everything's pitch black like it's supposed to, so I didn't feel anything weird, didn't see anything weird.
Right.
And then later on, I got up to do something else, I think to throw out garbage outside. And the TV was on.
In that living room area?
In that living room area. It was on to the channel that my parents were watching, I guess, or someone was watching with some Spanish thing. And there was no explanation. No one was awake. I didn't hear anyone. I could hear everyone in the house.
Right.
Because everything creaks. So I didn't hear anyone earlier.
And the TV was just on by itself.
It was just on by itself. And it was very strange. Because I remember I didn't immediately see the TV on. What I felt is the presence of a TV being on. You know how you can feel that in a room?
Yeah.
You can feel a TV turned on, even if you don't see the TV yet.
Yeah.
It's like that. I felt that first, and I thought that was weird. And I checked, and oh shit, the TV's on.
Wow. And Lexi didn't turn it on?
No, she was with me the whole time.
Wow.
She didn't leave the room at all.
Any other activity happening at your house?
Nope, not that I'm aware of.
Wow. I don't know.
It's small. But
New TV? Old TV?
No, it's old. I mean, it's not new.
Automatic timers on it?
No, I don't think we even know how to program that. Much less have it at 2:30 in the morning. Yeah.
Something going on at the Spector house.
Yeah.
Specters at Spectors.
Wow.
I just did that.
Yeah, I could tell.
No, that it's strange. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like a small thing. Very strange. And I remember like a few months back, maybe a year ago. I don't remember how long ago it was. I said a story about how I felt a very strong presence of someone in one of the off-away closets. Remember this?
I remember this, yes.
And that's really close.
And the light was on.
That's close to that television, by the way.
Really?
Yes. It's the small, cold, never centralized heating area, like stone brick version of a closet that we keep toiletries and like toilet papers and stuff, and napkins and stuff for the house. We keep it there. And the light that's usually never on was on that night. I told you the story.
Yep.
I don't know. Refresh that for memory, guys. And so that the room that leads out of that is right to that living room where the TV's at. So, and then it's my room. Wow. So
I don't know. That's strange.
So yeah, I don't know if that means anything, but
It could. I don't know what, but it could.
Yeah.
Something's trying to be known, recognized.
I mean, Lexi has said that she's definitely feels something and all that stuff, but like I don't know how much of it is like she's herself scared about something or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's an older home. I mean, that whole neighborhood, that's an old neighborhood.
Yeah.
Not that your house isn't like in shambles, but
no, you're right.
They're older homes.
Yeah, you're right. It is an
Who
old
knows what went on there in that basement at one time?
Yeah, that's true.
Interesting.
And basements don't have a great life. They don't have there's nothing ever amazing things going on in basements.
Not really.
You never hear amazing things in basements.
Unless you're John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's one word for it. There's always like a John Wayne Gacy type, or like substance abuse in basements. I can see that easy. Hide the whole things, or like even squatters go to basements to take the drugs.
True.
Or you think of general domestic abuse. I mean, that probably happens in bedrooms and kitchens as well.
Yeah.
But basements, I can see that easily. I can see kids being locked up there for being punished for something in basements. Just basements is never a good thing.
Not a good thing.
And I live in one. So. You never see anyone saying like, "Oh yeah, I discovered the cure to cancer in my basement." No, that will never happen. And most like .comers and inventors invent things in their garage, not a basement.
Yeah, I don't think I could think of.
It's not a good place. Overall negativity.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll have to go record an episode down there and do a little mini investigation.
Yeah, you know what you do see in basements a lot in movies that is kind of fun, but also not very good, is that when the guy who's obsessed with the serial killer has all those charts and designs following the clues.
Oh, the strings,
the
string maps.
Strings always in basements too.
Damn.
But that's not good. That's just psychosis.
Fuck a basement. Yeah, right. Yeah. Obsessions
and shit. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. But you're right. You know when things are out of place, not right in your own home, even if it's pitch black.
Yep.
You know when something's off.
Yeah.
Something is off. And that TV thing, that's happened to us at home too. Like there's different, like, I don't even know what the setting is, but it looks like the TV's off, but it's not off. You have to click one more power button to shut everything down.
Oh, really?
It's just a black screen.
That's
and me and my daughter Talia argue all the time. Like, Talia, shut off the TV. It is shut off. I'm like, oh yeah. And I click the button, and then it shuts down. But it looks like it's black. But I know that it's
right,
on.
You can sense electricity.
You do.
Being
it's like
used.
something you could
I
tell.
think we sense the electricity in the room, like the charge that it takes or something. I don't
wonder
know.
if it's like some
like the engine running on it, or I don't know, not an engine, but you know what I mean.
yeah. So on a cellular level, we could tell when that shit's not right. Oh, it's very weird, very strange.
Yep.
Wow.
Do you want to talk about this thing? No, not that we have to.
Oh yeah. Well, because we've mentioned in the outtakes, I believe.
Yeah, I did a lot of cutting out, but
over the past quite a few shows, this crazy love puzzle you're building for Lexi.
Yeah.
And
it's
how
built. It's done.
Intricate and how coded and clandestine it is.
Yep.
One of your pieces to your puzzle came in.
The final piece, actually.
So tell us what this is.
So if anyone remembers that awful movie with Tom Hanks called The Da Vinci Code,
Da Vinci Code.
Or has read Dan Brown's Da Vinci Code, you would know that in there there's a very crucial piece of the puzzle to the conspiracy in that movie and book is that they have to solve this puzzle of this like cylindrical cryptics.
They called it, yeah.
Yeah, where it's a bunch of words. I think in the movie they have a lot more options, but this one has 6. The one I have the exact same thing. They're rings, and to make kind of like a combination lock, and then you have to figure out the right word in order to open it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a beautiful piece.
Yes,
I mean it's heavy.
It's heavy. It's all metal and shit.
You could hurt someone with this sucker. I don't know. That's a good maybe 2 pounds.
Yeah,
I don't know. That thing's.
It weighed twice as much as I thought it would. When I first, because I thought it might be like crappy or whatever, but no, it's
like this kind of cool bronze copper color.
Yeah,
with like patina in it. These darker areas. It's an intricate piece.
Yep.
That once opened, there's something special inside. And in case Lexi listens, we're not going to tell her what that something is.
Right.
But this is really, really cool. I mean, I'm kind of. I don't know if you can hear that.
They can hear that.
It is solid fucking metal.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful piece. It's a showpiece. It's a display piece.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And of course, her first thing she wanted to know is that, I get to keep this? And I was like, no. This puzzle box is mine.
I love you, girl. Not that much.
Right. What's in there is
Trying
yours.
To put it back in the box.
This fucker is mine. Yeah. The box is pretty cool too.
Yeah, nice like satin inlaid box.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to say the price, but it was not what I would expected.
Right.
I expected it to be a lot more.
Right. Yeah, me too. For the quality.
Very cool. Yeah, the box has like the Egyptian hieroglyphs on it and shit.
I think so. Yeah.
It's cool, man. This is really cool.
Yeah.
So we're hoping, listeners, that we could convince Oscar to, once the puzzle is all said and done and Lexi figures it out, that he'll...
Or I just flat out tell her.
because 20 years later...
Sorry. Yeah.
I want to get this whole intricate puzzle, because it's not just this cryptex. It's coded messages. It's letters.
Yeah.
Cards. Right?
I hid stuff.
Gifts.
In gifts.
Like in the gift boxes, you hid shit.
Yep. I gave her... So the gift basket thing, she figured out. So I can say that now, I guess.
Okay.
So I gave her this giant... So over the course of... Not 2018, but 2017... Yeah, 2017, like early 2017. I remember we would go to Walmart often for me to get groceries, and she would obviously go to not obviously, I guess, but many people do. She would go to the makeup aisles, and I would go with her, and then be bored, right? And but she would point out to a lot of things that she liked, and that maybe she couldn't afford yet or whatever. So I kept mental notes. So I would go back, take pictures of them, and over the course of 2017. I bought a bunch of them, like a little here and there.
Wow.
And I made a gift basket, this giant gift basket.
Holy shit.
And I put all that stuff in that she pointed out.
I want to date you. That's wonderful. But it's diabolical, but it's beautiful.
Oh, no, it's more diabolical than that. So she went with me to buy that basket. I originally bought 2 baskets, and I told her that one of them is for, I think, you, but it was a different basket. And the one that it was going to be for her, I told her was going to be for my mom for Christmas. I had a plan to do with that. And I had her, and she and I sat down over the course of, I don't know, 2 days over 2 weeks. And we sat down and we painted it with a bunch of designs and little creative things in it. Basically, I made her paint her own presents. And she thought it wasn't going to be for her.
Yeah.
And it was for her the whole time.
And she has this now.
Yes, she has it. I put an inlay of because we went to a fabric store or whatever. I think it was Michael's. We went to Michael's. And I bought this cotton inlay thing with her there, a black one, just to have like a bedding underneath it.
Yeah.
But what I told her, like, it would just look nice, right? Instead of just having the wood there, and it'll be weird. So I told her that. But what I ended up doing is I hid the first letter underneath that, and a bunch of like other painting stuff that I put personally at the bottom of the basket that you can only do by removing the cloth, which was super glued to it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're making her work for love.
But she found it. She found all that.
So what did she think when she realized she painted her own gift? What did she say?
Oh, I was great. She just freaked out. Yeah.
Cool. Keeping it fresh. I love it.
Yep.
You're making all men look bad right now.
Yep. Well, she found the gift, the basket thing. She discovered the letter a year later.
A year later?
Just about a year.
You sat on it for a year?
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Just about a year.
Wow.
Pretty sure. Was it a year? Yeah, it has to be over a year. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
You're good?
I think I'm good.
All right. A couple things.
Oh, I saw Us.
You did see Us?
Oh, so good.
Oh, we got a lot. We got 15 pages of stuff.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying it's so fucking good. I'm going to watch it again.
So you're the first one I heard that said it was good out of my friends.
Oh, your friends don't like it?
No.
They can die in a fire. That movie's amazing.
It looked amazing.
They can all die in a fire.
And I was really upset because I really wanted to see it.
Oh, no. That movie's fantastic.
And I heard it ties in to Get Out.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I'm hearing things.
No. Who says it ties into Get Out? I mean, people can rationalize their way, I'm sure, but no, it's not meant to tie anything.
Okay. All right, let's not do spoilers. I want to see this really badly.
Yeah, I don't think so. But if it does end up, then I guess that could be cool. But the movie's not beholden to that. I don't think it's blatant or anything.
Okay, all right, but definitely worth seeing.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm going to see it. Couple housekeeping things before we get into all the contact information.
Oh yeah, right.
Last official episode, so we had a release in between, a bonus, a beta, if you will. We'll talk about that in a moment.
Yeah.
Dean Coral. That asshole, remember? I made a grievous error during that episode. Yeah. And I said that Coral was... I feel like I want to puke every time I say it.
You have no idea what his face looks like when he tries to say that name right.
I incorrectly had stated for a little while in that episode that he was killing in Pasadena, California.
Right.
But it was Pasadena, Texas. Remember?
Yes, I remember.
I lost so much sleep over these last 2 weeks.
You told me
obsessing.
You told me in a text that.
Yes.
And you were like wondering if I should just take that whole chunk off. Like, no, it'd be fine. We talked too much about it. Too much to cut off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cutting off a leg.
And I was right, exactly.
Yeah.
So I was worried that, well, what if listeners don't listen all the way through to when I caught it and corrected it? So I was really obsessing over this. So you suggested at the top of the next show,
just to explain,
explain it was Pasadena, Texas, not Pasadena, California. We caught it. We're correcting it. Moving on, right? We had a bonus come out, that beta mental detectors, episode 1, part 1.
Yeah.
Listeners, I hope you enjoyed that. We haven't gotten a lot of feedback, but one that I want to mention was from our very loyal listener, Christy W. From California. She contacted me the Monday. It was released on a Sunday. She contacted me on the Monday and mentioned she had a hard time swallowing it at first. She wasn't really buying it at first because it's us. It's always me and you. This is our show, right?
I see.
So it was really hard to kind of make that leap. But as the show progressed, as mental detectors progressed, she started buying into it more. And at the end of the day, thought this sort of paranormal treasure hunt out in the real world was a really cool, unique idea. So hopefully we get more feedback like that. She sent me a message stating that. So thank you for contacting us on that. Listeners, if you liked the Mental Detector Episode 1, Part 1 release, that beta, you got to let us know. Do we bury it? Do we keep it rolling with more episodes? There's a Part 2, because we kind of left a cliffhanger there at the end of Part 1. So listen for Part 2. I'm not sure when I'm going to release it yet, but it's all up to you. It's all up to you, listeners.
You like how I title those mental fucking detectors?
Oh, yeah. Because it's been hell to try to get those out?
Yes, because it's been hell to get them out. And also, I've titled them in all the different ways to A and B, 1 and 2. I'm tired. So I titled them mental fucking detectors.
Wait, it was
mental freaking detectors.
No, it wasn't. Not freaking.
It was freaking.
I think it was mental fucking detectors and then mental motherfucking detectors or something like that, wasn't it?
I don't remember. I know one of them was fucking, but I just don't remember.
So I saw it. I'm like, well, which is which?
I know. I made you listen to it. Fuck you. I just said fuck you to everything. I just made you work for it. I'm sorry.
So we got a little bit of positive feedback there. So listeners, let us know, which is a great segue to all of our contact information. Oscar, do you want to run down all of our social accounts?
Why would you do this to me?
Okay, we're going to go through a test here. Twitter and Instagram. Is it A, at Chicago Ghost Podcast, or B, at Chicago Ghosts?
It's B.
B, yes, at Chicago Ghosts.
But your face is really bad at holding, like, your face told me the answer.
Yeah, I'm terrible at poker because of my face. Okay. So, yes, at Chicago Ghosts on Twitter and Instagram. Facebook.
That's the whole name.
At Chicago Ghost Podcast.
Yeah.
On Facebook. Leave us a rating and a review, and we'll read it on the show.
Eventually, this will be muscle memory for me.
Eventually, we should just record this and just let it play.
Oh, I mean, a lot of podcasts do that. A lot of podcasts have pre-recorded intros.
Through this. Yes.
Remember we had Katie Sparrow do that whole ending thing?
That's right.
Yeah.
She has a sexy voice on air, too.
If I say that, would that be weird?
No.
Okay, then she does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could subscribe to our YouTube channel. Do you know our YouTube channel?
We have a YouTube channel?
We do.
Okay.
Supernatural Occurrence Studies.
Right, because people love typing that much on YouTube.
I know.
I'm kidding.
2 C's, 2 R's. Supernatural Occurrence Studies on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you're notified every time we upload new content. Call or text anytime. Chicago area code 872-529-0767. That's 872-529-0767. Leave us a voicemail, a text. We'll read them and play them on the show.
We should come up with a way to make that into a jingle. That way people memorize the Luna number or the Empire number.
588-2300 Empire.
Right, exactly.
Today.
Or
people from Chicago understand.
Yeah,
that.
I'm saying that's like we should work. I don't know.
I love it.
I don't know how.
I think we should do it.
Yeah.
Or maybe a listener could come up with a jingle for us.
Oh yeah, have them do all the work.
Oh,
that would be good.
If they come up with a good intro jingle for us, I'll keep it as permanent if it's good.
That'd be cool.
There you go, listeners. Do it.
Do something.
Website ChicagoGhostPodcast.com.
All right.
ChicagoGhostPodcast.com. Lots of good stuff there. We have a blog, our Instagram feed, photos, videos, all sorts of stuff. Podcasts, anything. Everything is on the website.
Mm-hmm.
Email is contact@ChicagoGhostPodcast.com. If you love what we do and you want us to do more, support our Patreon. That's patreon.com/supernatural Occurrence Studies Podcast. Right? Yeah. Or if you don't feel like typing all that out, you could get to our Patreon by visiting ChicagoGhostPodcast.com, click on follow, then select the Patreon icon. It's that easy.
Yeah.
Leave us some love on iTunes. iTunes ratings help listeners just like you find us, and we want to grow our little passion project to be huge. Huge. Leave us a rating on iTunes.
Did you change languages? What was that?
I don't know. I'm feeling excited. I kept my job. I'm fucking untouchable right now.
Oh, I see.
Unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
Yeah.
You should eat those Pringles.
I just hate spiders and flying.
Ooh, what about flying spiders?
Fuck.
That'd be worse, right?
God.
Sky spiders.
Ugh. Should we take a break?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Let's hear from a sponsor.
That I'll randomly generate.
That Oscar might be 1, might be 2. I don't know what he's going to do. He's crazy. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Audible.com, with over 200,000 audio programs to choose from, Audible has you covered. Horror, mystery, true crime, sci-fi, nonfiction, and more. All narrated by A-list celebrities and very unique performers. Go to www.audibletrial.com/SOS Radio. That's audibletrial.com/SOS Radio. And claim your free 30-day trial and free audiobook now. That's audibletrial.com/SOS Radio. Welcome back, listeners. Please check out our sponsors. Visit the links. Support the show. I never know what to say when we come back. Coming back is the hardest thing.
Maybe
because I don't know what you're going to do.
Maybe we should workshop some like funny, I don't know, funny come back to thing if you feel nervous about what to say or don't know what to say.
That's a good idea because I never know what to say.
Just we can workshop it.
Check it out. Support the show.
And most people just say like, "All right, welcome back," and there you go, and they start down there.
Very simple. Why do I always try to complicate things?
Well, I don't know, because you're you.
I guess. All right. Well, got a lot of pages here. A lot of pages.
Yeah, but it's double spaced and fonted big because
23.
You're like, what are you, 50 years old?
41.
So your eyes are...
The lights are turned down low. The ceremonial candle is lit. The drinks are flowing. Let's get on with this show. So tonight, Oscar, we're switching gears, and we're taking a break from researching serial killers. Started getting in my head too much with the sleep paralysis I had last week and that black mass I saw in my hotel room in Jasper, Indiana. Stuff I talked about in the Dean Curl episode.
What do you think they take in black mass instead of the wafers?
But I'm bunk.
Dun, dun.
We need a sound. You got a sound effect for that?
I could put one in.
But because of all the researching of the killers and the nasty shit, I said that's enough for a bit. So we're taking a break from serial murderers, and instead we're going to cover a little bit lighter topic. Just a little bit lighter.
It weighs less.
Definitely weighs less. So tonight, we're going to talk about viral internet challenges. The MOMO challenge, it's a hot topic right now. All over social media, terrifying parents.
And oddly enough, you could buy a shirt on it in Hot Topic.
It was in Minecraft, even.
Oh, wow, really?
Yes, I'll talk about that. Terrifying parents. Momo's coming and it's trying to kill your kids. Of course, we'll get into Momo. But first, let's talk about what a viral challenge is, and more importantly, the neurology of the typical person that participates in viral challenges. So think of it like this. Viral challenges, they're like the internet equivalent of crazy schoolyard dares. We've all done it. Dare our friends to do something stupid, regardless of the possible outcomes, just to see what happens, if they'll do it or not. When we dare our friends to do something stupid, for a moment in time, we're the master of our victim's social status, because you never flake out on a dare. They complete the dare, and the victim keeps his head held high for another day. And if they don't complete the dare, they're a loser or a pussy, someone who squelches on dares. It's black and white, no in between. And especially in those awkward preteen and teenage years, everyone wants to be cool, and no one wants to look like a pussy in front of their friends. I like to use one of my favorite movies as an example. Oscar, you remember that 1983 movie called A Christmas Story?
Yeah. You must relate to the father. Weren't you his age?
the curmudgeon father?
Yeah.
It's about the kid who wants that Red Ryder BB gun for Christmas. You'll shoot your eye out. Right? You remember this,
Yeah,
right?
I really don't like this movie, though.
I love it. We watch it every Christmas. It plays on loop.
Hate it.
But remember the scene from A Christmas Story when that poor little kid named Flick was
the
double
tongue.
dog-dared
Yeah.
to touch the tip of his tongue to a frozen flagpole?
Yep.
And 20 or so classmates watched on?
Yep.
Remember what happened to Flick?
Yeah, he got the worst of both sides of that whole dare thing too.
Oh yeah, he got fucked.
He totally got screwed.
Now imagine that same rationale, or I guess lack of rationale, only instead of having 20 kids standing around watching Flick's dare unfold, there are 1 million kids watching it unfold and saying to themselves, I could do that. And as ubiquitous as video cameras are today, they're in our hands 24/7 on our cell phones, it's easy for someone to dream up something crazy, record themselves doing it, upload it to the internet, and gather millions of likes on a platform like YouTube, which sadly has become today's cool meter. The more likes and shares and subscribes you have, the cooler you are. Upload something and it gets no views, you're a loser. It's sad, but social media has become the medium against which kids judge themselves. If I have likes, I'm a winner. If I have no likes, I'm a loser and something's wrong with me.
It's very binary.
It really is. And it's complete and utter bullshit, of course. But kids don't see it that way. And this is how viral challenges are born. Do something crazy, crazier than the next guy to get likes. Just imagine if the kids in The Christmas Story had an iPhone. Poor little Flick would have been a YouTube star. Damaged tongue and speech impediment and all. And I don't think it's necessarily the kid's fault for accepting dares or participating in these oftentimes dangerous internet challenges. Most parents, we try really fucking hard to raise our kids to understand the difference between right and wrong, what's acceptable and unacceptable, and about action and consequence. Yet we read stories about kids getting seriously injured or even dying while taking part in internet challenges. So why do kids eat Tide Pods, or eat spoonfuls of cinnamon, or snort condoms, or light themselves on fire and videotape it and upload it to YouTube or Snapchat or Instagram? I think it has a lot to do with the differences between adult brains, in other words, brains that have matured, and the underdeveloped brains in children and young adults. Now, I want to stop for a moment before people get all pissed off and riled up and say that I'm only pegging stupid behavior on teenagers. It is true that kids aged 13 to 17 make up the largest group of those participating in ridiculous internet challenges. That's a fact. But there are also people that are older and younger taking part and hurting themselves too. That's also a fact. But since the 13 to 17-year-old demographic makes up the largest swath, that's what I'm going to focus on here. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So, this 3-pound thing we have floating around in our skulls, our brain, it's divided into 3 components: the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the brainstem. Now, overall, the cerebrum is the largest and most highly developed part of our brain, and it's responsible for our higher functions, like interpreting touch, vision, and hearing, as well as speech, reasoning, emotions, learning, and fine control of movement. The cerebellum is located under the cerebrum and coordinates muscle movements and maintains our posture and balance. And the brainstem acts as a relay center, connecting the cerebrum and the cerebellum to the spinal cord, and it performs automatic body functions like breathing, heart rate, digestion, and swallowing. Now, the cerebrum, the most highly developed part, is divided into two halves, called the right and left hemispheres. And the right and left hemispheres are divided into 4 lobes: the frontal lobe, the temporal lobe, the parietal lobe, and the occipital lobe. And these 4 lobes also control different aspects of us. For example, the frontal lobe controls our personality, behavior, emotions, judgment skills, intelligence, and self-awareness. And the temporal lobe allows us to understand language, controls our memory, aids in hearing, and helps us with sequencing and organization of objects and information. All this is fine and good in an adult brain, but when things are fully developed. But what about in a teenager's brain or younger? Neuroscientists agree that the rational part of a teen's brain isn't fully developed until the age of 25. Although just this past weekend, there was a news story claiming that the brain isn't fully matured. In other words, we aren't fully developed adults mentally until the age of 30. Now, the validity of this newest claim remains to be seen, but the long-standing belief, as I said, is that our brains aren't fully developed until the age of 25. In fact, according to the University of Rochester Medical Center's Health Encyclopedia, adults and teen brains actually function very differently. You see, adults think with the prefrontal cortex, the front part of the frontal lobe, the brain's rational part, the part that responds to situations with good judgment and an awareness of long-term consequences. Teens, on the other hand, process information with the emotional part of their brain, called the amygdala, located at the front of the temporal lobe.
There's a very great skit by Bo Burnham.
Yeah.
Where he's in the skit, he makes up this thing where his emotional side and his analytical side is split, and he has 2 selves talking back to each other.
Oh, man.
And it's really hilarious.
Wow.
So if you guys want to see that.
Well, that's kind of what's happening here. In teenage brains, the connections between the emotional part of the brain and the decision-making part are still developing, which is why teenagers act more with feeling than they do with thinking, and not always at the same rate. This leads to impulsive behavior, difficulty making decisions, troubles assessing risk, giving into peer pressure, not understanding fully actions and consequence, and the teenage tendency to live in the moment and do things that we, as adults, deem unsafe, either emotionally or physically, without being able to give an explanation as to why they did the unsafe thing. And when this stuff is on popular internet platforms, suddenly you have millions of people who are impulsive, bad at decision-making, susceptible to peer pressure, and who don't necessarily understand consequences, doing all sorts of crazy shit. So let's take a look at some viral internet challenges. Before we begin the list of challenges I've selected, don't get me wrong, not all internet challenges are bad or out to intentionally hurt people. Those do exist, and there are tons of them. But for now, let's start with some innocent ones. And listeners, please, we're not trying to glorify these challenges, nor are we saying to go out and do them. In fact, don't do them, especially the ones we label as dangerous. Please, just use some common sense.
But totally do.
And if you do it, record it. No, bad. So the first one I want to start with, and I arrange these in an order, from least dangerous to the most dangerous, towards the end of the list, okay?
All right.
So the first one I want to talk about is one that just broke this past week on Tumblr, called the Florida Man Challenge. Have you seen this?
No.
You heard about this?
Nope.
This one's fun. This is good. Kind of cool. Now, Florida man, although it broke just this past week, it actually started out in 2013 with a Twitter account called @_FloridaMan, which has a tagline that reads, "Real-life stories from the world's worst superhero." The @_FloridaMan account posts stories about crazy crimes that happen in Florida. And we know how crazy shit could happen in Florida.
Dude, there's so much stuff.
Yeah. Like the story he posted, I'm assuming it's a he, about the Florida woman who was charged with attempted murder after holding a knife to a man's throat after he called her out for farting too loud.
Yep.
Oh, you heard that one?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. She farted too loud in the store. Guy called her out, and she put a knife to his throat. Oh, Florida. Or the story about the Florida man that firebombed the garage that impounded his car, only to hit his own car with the firebomb. Then on March 19th, 2019, a Tumblr user by the name of Gandalf Soda took the Florida man idea and changed it a bit and posed a challenge. Gandalf Soda instructed people to take the words Florida man and your birthday month. So mine would be Florida man May 22, so your birthday month and day.
Yeah.
And enter them into a search engine.
Oh, yeah. That's
like
why
Google.
I was about to give you this.
You're doing it right now, yeah.
No. I have this meme right here.
Make sure I know where I'm at here.
Not a meme exactly, but this thing I found on Facebook.
So it says, on Facebook, everybody Google Florida man, followed by your birthday, Florida man, August 22, and tell me what you get. Mine is Florida man tries to attack neighbor with tractor. Right, yeah, exactly.
Right, so there's one for every day of the year.
Yes.
So your birthday could be special that way.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So you take the words Florida man, enter your birth month and day into a web browser and hit go. And see what it comes up with. See what crazy Florida crime you could call your own. And then you're instructed to post the results to social media.
Yep.
Fun, right? The challenge went viral almost immediately. And the results, hilarious. Here's some results. Florida man asks police to test his drugs. Thought he bought bad crystal meth. Naked Florida man starts house fire after baking cookies on George Foreman grill.
Oh, my God.
Florida man suspected of smelling women's feet at library sends police on scooter chase. Drunk Florida man tries to use taco as ID after car catches fire at Taco Bell. And my birthday Florida man challenge on May 22nd, 2018, Florida man climbs on playground equipment to tell children where babies come from. Now that's fucking class. See? Funny. Innocent. Everyone's having a good time. But of course, there are some people who claim the Florida Man Challenge was really invented by Google or the government. Are they one and the same? To steal yet another little bit of our personal data, our birthday month and day, which is probably complete bullshit. But the Florida Man Challenge is real, and it's fun. No harm. Listeners, do it. Have you ever heard?
Here's mine.
Oscar's going to do his. What's yours?
I'm reading it right now. Florida man arrested for attacking McDonald's employee over not getting a straw. Police say ABC. Oh, that's it.
so you
over not getting a straw. Well, that's the first one I got.
That's awesome.
There's a lot. There's a list though because mine is January 1st.
January 1st, yeah.
So I guess there's a lot of stories actually on January 1st, as you can imagine.
Do one more.
I don't know. No, that's okay. I lost it. Attack McDonald's worker. Oh yeah, same one. Okay, wow. I guess that's the one that people want to talk about. Wanted Florida man promised officers he would turn himself in when he was finished with his job.
I'll be there at 5:30. So listeners, check it out. Do it.
Ridiculous.
Let us know what you found.
Yeah.
Email us, call us, let us know. We'll play it or read it on the show. How about the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge?
I heard about that one.
Took the internet by storm in late summer 2014. Now, this was a challenge that was used for good, to try and raise money for ALS research. And I actually took part in this challenge myself.
Oh, you did it?
Yeah. Anyway, for those who don't know, ALS, or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, also known as motor neuron disease or Lou Gehrig's disease, is a terrible condition for which there is no cure and is eventually fatal. ALS causes the progressive degeneration and death of nerve cells that control voluntary muscle movements, like chewing, walking, talking, and breathing. And the average life expectancy of a person after they're diagnosed with ALS is about 3 years. It's just a terrible disease. Yeah. Actually, ALS is what famed physicist Dr. Stephen Hawking suffered from. He had ALS, but he lived for 55 years with it.
Yeah, I guess he must have had the mildest version.
No, you saw him. I mean,
no, but mildest version as in he didn't die.
Doctors actually do not know what kept him alive so long. They don't. They cannot explain it.
Wow, that's even more
3
interesting
years
considering it's
average,
Stephen Hawking of all people.
Right. 3 years average
here.
After diagnosis. This guy lived 55 years afterwards.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I saw the movie, yeah.
Now, the fatal blow with ALS usually comes from respiratory failure. Again, this is just in case people don't know why this viral challenge became so huge, because it's such a terrible disease.
Yeah.
So most people succumb with ALS to respiratory failure, not being able to get oxygen into their blood or expel carbon dioxide from their blood, because ALS eventually shuts down the muscles required for breathing. Now, the origins of the Ice Bucket Challenge seem to go back to mid-2013 to early 2014 in the northern United States and northern Norway, actually, with something called the Cold Water Challenge. Now, the premise of the Cold Water Challenge was simple. Someone gets elected by one of their peers on social media to either donate money to cancer research or jump into a body of ice-cold water. Now, the Ice Bucket Challenge is a spin-off of the Cold Water Challenge, but naming the people who actually started the Ice Bucket Challenge is up for debate. The common belief is that 3 men living with ALS started the Ice Bucket Challenge. That's Pete Frates, his friend Pat Quinn, and a guy named Corey Griffin. In July and August of 2014, the 3 men challenged their communities, celebrities, and average people all over the world to dump buckets of ice water over their heads in the name of ALS sufferers to help raise money for ALS research. But other media outlets say that the Ice Bucket Challenge gained wide media attention in June 2014, when personalities on a Golf Channel program called The Morning Drive performed an on-air Ice Bucket Challenge. And soon after, Matt Lauer of NBC's The Today Show picked up the challenge. At this time, though, the challenge wasn't yet officially associated with ALS. You were to do the challenge and then donate to a charity of your choice, not necessarily ALS. But on the same day as The Today Show, when they did their Ice Bucket Challenge, golfer Chris Kennedy did it and then nominated his cousin, Jeanette Senerchia? I hope I'm saying that right. To do the challenge, whose husband was living with ALS for 11 years at the time. And this was the first time the Ice Bucket Challenge was associated with ALS. And that was, as they say, history. The rest was history. The Ice Bucket Challenge took off. If you were nominated on social media to do the challenge, you had 24 hours to complete it, and then you had to nominate 3 other people to do it. Stephen Hawking's kids did it. Hawking himself couldn't because he had pneumonia. LeBron James did it. Weird Al Yankovic, Vin Diesel, Jason Knight, The Rock, Bill Gates. Bill Gates' video is actually really funny. Oprah, Donald Trump. His video's crazy. George W. Bush did it. My yummy Anna Kendrick did it. And she did it in a white dress.
Oh, my God.
Ashton Kutcher, Tom Cruise, 50 Cent. Barack Obama was nominated, but he didn't get ice water dumped on his head. Instead, he just donated $100 to ALS research. And at the end of the day, I guess it doesn't matter who started the challenge, because over $115 million was raised for the ALS Association because of this challenge. And according to the New York Times, because of the money raised, new treatment drugs were funded.
Yeah.
Contests were launched to inspire people to develop new technology to help people living with the disease. And a new gene was discovered, a gene called NEK-1, which is a common contributor in about 3% of the cases of ALS. Now, of course, there were some mishaps while filming the Ice Bucket Challenge, like the guy who got knocked out when the scoop of an excavator containing his ice water hit him in the head. Some people claim the video is fake, but man, is it fucking funny.
Yeah.
Or people accidentally dropping actual buckets filled with water on their friends' heads. But other than stuff like that, Ice Bucket Challenge, very, very positive. And, of course, I'll leave a number of links to celebrity Ice Bucket Challenge videos and Ice Bucket fails in the show notes. And the fails, guys, I can't even. Just hilarious. You're going to piss yourself. I'll even leave a link to my own challenge in the show notes.
Oh.
Listeners, check them out. These are going to be awesome videos.
So you got chosen? Someone asked you or nominated you to do it?
Yes. My cousin, Jenny, nominated me. And then I nominated, the only one I remember nominating, it'll be in the video. I haven't watched it in years. I nominated my boss today, And he texted me, as soon as I put it up on Facebook, he texted me right away, fuck you. He never did it. So.
Oh, that's funny. So I definitely knew about it. It's, I'm not that
Did
secluded.
you do it?
No.
Why?
Because I don't care. I haven't even seen one video of this.
Oh, it's funny.
I'm sure
you got to look at the fail videos.
I'm saying I haven't even seen a video. I would see the highlight of the videos, or I never go on YouTube unless I have to. And back then I didn't have to as much as I do today, and I just go on today for whatever I need only, meaning like trailer clips for my show or your clips or whatever. And I'm so out of that whole thing. Like when that happened, I knew about it. People told me I think I was nominated. I didn't even respond.
Really?
I just didn't think about it. I didn't even know it was for ALS.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know anything about it. I knew that the people were doing it. I just thought people were stupid. That's all I said. I'm like, why are they doing this?
Because you didn't know this topic coming in at all.
No, I did not know.
So I can't wait till you start hearing. These are the fun ones. Wait till we start getting into the nasty ones.
Yeah. I know nothing about this world. I mean, it just means so little to me.
Yeah. No, I get it.
I get it. To the great scheme of things, I'm glad it did something positive.
This one was a great one.
But they don't miss my $100. Not that I had $100 to give anyway. But yeah.
Well, you ready to get a wee bit darker?
Yes.
All right. Enter the Saltine Cracker Challenge and the Cinnamon Challenge.
How is this darker?
Because of the repercussions that could happen. I mean,
okay.
Florida Man Challenge, no repercussion. ALS Challenge, you might get bopped in the head with a bucket full of water, or
pneumonia if you're already sick.
True.
While you do it.
But there's no real, known cases of people dying or being sent to the hospital. Right. Now we're going to start getting a wee bit darker.
Right. This is a gradual process.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. Now, the Saltine Cracker Challenge and the Cinnamon Challenge, these two, they rival each other for the designation of being the first viral internet challenge that everybody had to try, as both were apparently launched online in the early 2000s. Now, with the Saltine Cracker Challenge, the goal is to eat 6 saltine crackers in a minute without drinking anything. Sometimes the challenge has 7 crackers, or 10 crackers if you're insane, but the original challenge was 6.
Wait, that's hard to do?
Seem easy? It's not.
I'm pretty sure I've done it.
The saltines quickly soak up your spit, causing your mouth to dry out and making it nearly impossible to effectively swallow. Now, I tried this challenge, and I failed. After the 3rd cracker sort of went down, I choked on the 4th, and I had to slam a glass of water to wash it all down. And I was only 35 seconds in. I couldn't do it. Now, there's people, you'll see video out there, people do it. They do 10. But overall, it's very, very, very difficult to do.
Wow. Huh.
I wish we fucking had crackers. You could do it right now.
I feel like I could prove it right now for myself. Because I buy crackers regularly. And I eat them as I'm watching stuff. I'm not saying I don't drink either, but like I remember going long takes of just eating crackers without.
Why didn't I think of bringing crackers to this?
Oh, I don't know.
We could have done it.
I never heard of this before.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I could not do it. I could not do it.
Maybe I'm sure I can't. Maybe I instinctually just drank, right? Maybe I did, and I just don't remember. But I remember,
or just slow enough to where saliva was able to build back up enough to get it down.
Maybe that. Also,
this is 6 in a minute or less.
Yeah, maybe specifically not. But I was just saying, like, I remember eating a lot of crackers. I don't remember ever being a problem. But maybe I'm wrong.
I know. I thought the same thing. That's why I tried it.
Right. Okay. So
now, believe it or not, the Saltine Cracker Challenge, its origin story begins with Peyton Manning, former quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos.
Oh, this is sports ball.
Footy ball.
Okay.
Now, back in 1996, the Associated Press did a story about Manning, then a college quarterback, and a bet he made with some teammates that he, Manning, could eat 6 saltine crackers in under a minute. His first attempt failed, but he did it on the second. The Associated Press story then ran on a morning talk show called The Early Show in 2001, and again on Good Morning America in 2008. It seems with this second airing of the challenge, that's when the challenge went viral.
You can't do anything without possible consequences.
I know.
Jesus.
Now, to date, as far as I could tell, thankfully, no one has died as a result of the saltine cracker challenge. But it's easy to see how something could go terribly wrong, especially when you get into people trying to outdo one another. I'll see your 6 crackers, and I'll raise you 4 type of shit. I mean, with the dry mouth, we're talking about choking, blockage of, the airways.
It seems like the stupid thing that people could actually be in danger of is not having water or liquid ready in case you need it.
Yes.
That's like the fire extinguisher, right? That's
your fire extinguisher.
Right.
Yes, that's a good analogy.
I guess a lot of people who got hurt from this just didn't have that ready.
Right.
That was a problem.
And there's nothing documented that people got seriously injured, but all it takes is once.
Yeah.
I'll do those 10, and next thing you know, the guy's choking to death. I
almost feel like this is like the weird viral digital age version of like thinning the herd.
That's what a lot of people say.
I mean, I'm not saying that everyone deserves to die and all that, but like, come on!
Oh,
what an idiot! Come on,
dude, just wait.
Come on,
just wait.
Anyway,
talk about thinning the herd. Just wait.
Like I bought chips, right? I bought chips for us.
Yeah,
I mean, you haven't eaten any, by the way. Thanks. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, I bought chips. I bought 2 cans of liquid stuff.
Yeah, and those aren't small cans of Coke either.
These are prepared. Like I don't. Why would I ever? Okay, it's just for discomfort. That's not even for death.
Right.
Okay. Anyway.
And now the cinnamon challenge, however, this one could be really dangerous. Like I said, just like the saltine cracker challenge.
Yeah, this one sounds awful.
Yeah. The cinnamon challenge started online in the early 2000s, like 2001. Now, outwardly, the challenge seems simple. Swallow a spoonful of ground cinnamon without spewing it out or throwing it up, and without drinking anything for 60 seconds after taking the cinnamon. That's it. That's all you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
The earliest known attempt to complete the cinnamon challenge was done by a guy named Eric Goodlad and documented by someone named Michael Buffington for his blog. In December 2001, a popular blogger named Jason Kotke posted Buffington's cinnamon challenge story to his blog, where it quickly gained attention in America. Now, what's believed to be the first YouTube video of someone attempting the cinnamon challenge was uploaded, again, to YouTube in April 2006 and was called Pipe Attempts the Cinnamon Challenge. Pipe Attempts the Cinnamon Challenge, where he basically completes the challenge. Now, I'll leave a link to Pipe's video in the show notes. In January 2012, popular YouTuber Glozell Green did the challenge. And believe me, there's a link to this video in the show notes. It's seriously one of the most painfully hilarious things I've ever seen. And since, her video has amassed almost 55 million views, and the rest is history. Now here's the problem. Ingesting a spoonful of cinnamon could collapse a fucking lung. Cinnamon is basically ground tree bark, and our bodies can't metabolize the cellulose of that tree bark. So if you swallow the cinnamon, chances are the inability to metabolize the cellulose won't kill you. It'll just likely hurt when you shit it out. But if the cinnamon gets into the lungs, like when people are gagging on it and take a deep breath to try and breathe, that's where the problem comes in, because you can't really get it out of your lungs. It just kind of sits in there, which could permanently damage your lungs.
Yeah.
Inhaling cinnamon could cause asthma attacks. So if someone with asthma tries the challenge, not realizing the consequences, that could be deadly. And then there's asphyxiation due to cinnamon ingestion. This is a real thing, where people have lost lives from inhaling cinnamon into the lungs. Now, from what I could tell, no one doing the cinnamon challenge has lost their lives, like on camera, but people have died from inhaling cinnamon. So my vote, don't try the cinnamon challenge.
Seems like we need like a really big tentpole blockbuster type movie that has someone, like a character, torturing another character by making them ingest cinnamon to tell the truth about whatever they're questioning.
Yeah, or just torture them by doing internet challenges to them.
Well, I mean, that's very specific
cool.
to this. But I'm saying, like, as a general, like, instead of punching them in the face or using a phone book, to go back to the 80s, hell, the 90s, or anything else, like cutting them here and there, or even like psychological torture, just feed them, make them
fucking take the cinnamon.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the videos, the reactions these people have to the
these videos don't sound like fun to watch.
Nobody could do it. Pipe, one at the Pipe, he did it with the least reaction.
Okay.
But that first shot of cinnamon when it's in your mouth, nobody could keep it in. It instantly comes out. Your mouth is that shocked.
You're forcing your body. It's like your brain is betraying your body by doing this. It's like your body's like saying, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, why? Please,
like why? It's like you're.
And that's exactly what it looks like. A dragon, fucking poof! Just all this cinnamon comes, and then they're gagging and coughing and crying and screaming and guzzling water, and it's fucked up. But that my girl Glozell, that shit is funny. Her video, oh my god,
I bet.
So listeners, watch the show notes for sure.
Did this raise awareness for something?
No, raise awareness for people with underdeveloped brains.
Oh, I see. Okay.
God, this next one. This makes me be embarrassed to be a human being. The Condom Challenge, Oscar. Have you heard of the Condom Challenge?
No. I mean, on a banana? Like?
No.
Okay.
No. This one is so fucking stupid. So, of course, I'll leave a link to a compilation video of idiots snorting condoms.
You snort them?
In the show notes. I just gave it away there, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
So the premise of the Condom Challenge is to place the tip of a condom into one nostril, plug the other nostril, and then snort that fucking condom back up into your nose, through your throat, and then cough it out of your mouth. See what I mean? Stupid.
That's latex. That's like a rubber. Why would you want something so elastic?
Not only that,
there?
but the smell of condom. I hate touching condoms. I don't like it. I hate it. If I have to use them at home, I'm like, here, you do it.
That doesn't bother me.
I can't stand it. It feels gross. It smells gross. That spermicide is disgusting.
It smells like a hospital item.
It smells just bad.
Yeah.
So imagine taking that and putting it straight into your fucking sinuses, to the back of your throat, and then out of your mouth.
I'm so glad that I was born. Don't get me wrong. When I was growing up, the internet wasn't around, but it wasn't widely available, at least not to me. And I didn't. Thank God I didn't use the internet hardcore until I got a smartphone. And even then, like, I used it only at school and libraries. Like, thank God.
But you don't take
YouTube
me as a
wasn't
person.
When I was growing up, I'd be something stupid.
But I
like
knew
this.
you when you were young.
Yeah.
I don't see you doing any of this shit.
No.
Right? So, all right. Now, the Condom Challenge goes all the way back to 2006 when a Break.com user named Tommy, I don't know how you say it. It's Tommy DYHR.
Okay.
Tommy Durr. I don't know. Duh. It's kind of like curl. It should be duh. Tommy Dyer. Dyer. Tommy Dyer. DYHR.
Oh. Yeah, probably Dyer.
Tommy Dyer uploaded a video to Break.com called Condom Sucking from Nose to Mouth.
That sounds like a really bad porn title.
Oh, the jokes. The jokes are so good on this one. Now, his video was watched 73,500 times in 7 years, okay, and only gathered 130 comments. It wasn't until April of 2013 that the challenge went viral, when a teenager named Amber Lynn Strong uploaded a video to YouTube of herself snorting a condom. It was then shared to Reddit, then Huffington Post picked it up, then Gawker. All said, Amber's video was viewed 2.2 million times before it was permanently removed by YouTube. And like all challenges, Amber's video spawned countless copycat videos on YouTube. Monkey see, monkey do. So what, besides being totally disgusting, is wrong with the Condom Challenge? Now, come on, this isn't rocket science. Nothing that shouldn't be in your nose should be put up your nose. Period. All doctors say this. Sucking a condom up your nose and through your throat could cause serious inflammation of the nasal cavity and throat. the condom could easily get stuck in your nose or throat, causing you to choke.
Yeah.
And although I didn't see any reports covering this angle, what if you're a person that's allergic to latex?
Yes.
Or to the spermicide on condoms? I mean, you mentioned the latex. I can't imagine an allergic reaction in your navel cavity or throat is a good thing. No. But I'm no doctor. Now, here's the thing about the condom challenge. There are reports that say the challenge itself isn't or wasn't viral, but instead the media storm around the challenge itself is what was viral.
Like made it seem viral?
Yeah, the news stories about the very few people who actually did the challenge, like this Amber. And there might be something to this. When I was looking for videos to use as examples in the show notes, I had to search YouTube quite a bit to find condom snorting videos. And even then, a lot of the videos were news stories about the kids that did it. They weren't actually kids doing it themselves. And the videos I did find showing people snorting condoms, they're uploaded quite a while ago. I don't think I found anything from 2018 and none from 2019. So as we go through these more dangerous challenges, keep that in mind. When the media gets a hold of a story, they can manipulate the narrative and make something isolated appear like it's lurching towards every single one of our doorsteps this very second, and we better be afraid.
It's like a mix of, because when did we have that discussion about the news, remember? Was it during the...
Oh, dude, we've
Berkowitz, but we talked about it in the Berkowitz story.
Oh, if it bleeds, it leads and everything.
Right.
Yes.
Talk about the clear consequences that we are always allowing to happen with the news cycle and how it affects everybody and how it creates nothing positive, only negative, right? And this is clearly a mixture of that. I was going to wait till the end of the show, but you mentioned it, so... and it's like a mixture of that with these kids or people going through some sort of FOMO phase, right? Where, you know what that is? Fear
FOMO.
of missing out.
Oh, right. Yes,
like,
exactly.
Right. Monkey see, monkey do, you were saying. Like, and when you first said that, when you said monkey see, monkey do, I was thinking of, like, what if, I'm trying to think of someone huge. Like, what if, like, a Kim Kardashian or a YouTube megastar just, like, makes a new challenge, like, stab your significant other real quick in their sleep? Like, something ridiculous like that. Like, if they started, what's to stop, like, that? I mean, is that a monkey? Will people start stabbing their spouses?
Fuck yes, they would.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, they would.
I mean, what's to stop people to organize others to do crazy things, and they will never be told, there will never be any consequences from it because they're not doing the crime.
Well, they
were doing it that one time, I guess. But
notice there's a news story, I don't remember the girl's name, but it was World News. She, over text, convinced her boyfriend to commit suicide, and he did.
Oh, wow.
And she's going to go to jail, it looks like.
Well, that's good.
So she wasn't there. She didn't do it. She didn't press any buttons physically, but she manipulated. So there are laws that, even though you're far away, you could still be held responsible.
Well, I mean, but can you see someone like I'm just saying Kardashian because that's the name I hear a lot that I've never seen. It took me 5 years to realize who it was. I never seen a picture of her. Anyway.
Oh, they suck. They have great asses, but they suck.
Yeah, I don't even think that's that great. I mean, they're good. It's good, though, but it's not. Anyway, whatever. When I finally saw it, I'm like, I don't get it. Anyway, and so, like, what if a person like that, will they be, charged for...
because free speech...
100 misdemeanors? 100
Well, I don't know. I don't know, because free speech will only get you so far, right? You can't yell fire in a crowded theater and then claim free speech.
Yeah, but can you
so I think in in your example, they might be held liable because that's like yelling fire in a crowded theater.
Well, I mean, that could be
that's not free speech anymore.
I almost even kind of want to see that happening, not to see people destroy lives, but like if that's like a consequence stepping stone that we need for us to finally see, like, okay, this kind of shit, we're going to crack down. So if the authorities or our law, justice system, whatever, held the original person, celebrity, whatever, responsible for all of the trickle-down effects, it will probably stop future viral sensations.
You're probably right.
Right?
Yeah.
Or at least put a period to that instead of an ellipsis that's going on forever. You know?
I like that analogy. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Hold these fuckers responsible. That's what I say. There's way
I feel like saying that, but I'm so out of the bounds of this.
No, it's okay. But some of these YouTube people, like these YouTube stars, they're the Kardashians to these
kids,
YouTube fanboys and girls. You know, they're bigger than life, these YouTube people.
Right.
So hold them fucking responsible.
Yeah.
Like for this next one, Oscar, I'm sure you heard of this one. the very viral Tide Pod Challenge.
This one I have heard,
Yes, the Tide Pod Challenge.
Heard about it at work. Some teenager told me about it.
Did they say they did it?
Because no, they didn't do it. They didn't do it. I told them not to do it either.
Good.
Also.
Good.
Because I have a Party City next door, and Starbucks and Party City are kind of hotbeds for a lot of young people to work in, especially Party City. They're all teenagers there, so they'll come in all the time for drinks. And one of them told me that. I'm like, that was when I first heard. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then Lexi told me, and then other people told me. I'm like, come on, people are not really taking this. I'm like, yep.
Well,
and all this stuff.
And I don't remember if I said it, but condom challenge. Don't fucking do it.
Oh, you don't have to say it, but
don't do it.
Yes.
All right. So the Tide Pod Challenge. This challenge requires you to put one of those brightly colored, almost candy-coated looking laundry detergent pods into your mouth and bite down on it.
Oh, my God.
Then either spit the liquid contents out or, worse, swallow it. And, of course, record your reaction the whole time doing it. Who the fuck in their right mind would think this is a good idea? Well,
the chemicals.
Exactly.
The chemicals. That's so dumb.
But apparently a lot of people think this is a good idea.
I know someone, not very, someone loosely in my peripheral of my life, not like I know this person that well, drank bleach to commit suicide. It's like, this is like...
I had a cousin do that, but she lived.
Oh, she lived? Well, that's worse.
Tore up
not worse,
throat.
but like, that's really bad. Yeah. It's horrifying. That's just one like... This is an awful idea. This is so bad.
Yes.
Anyway.
Agreed. Now, it's all over YouTube. It was all over Facebook. And YouTube and Facebook vowed to remove videos of people doing the Tide Pod Challenge. And Rob Gronkowski of the New England Patriots actually released a video discouraging people from taking the challenge. That's how big it was. Now, it's not exactly clear how this challenge started or who started it. But according to the website Mashable, as far back as 2012... Twitter users were tweeting about, why do Tide Pods look so good to eat? Then in 2015, The Onion, which is a hilarious satirical publication.
I love The Onion.
Yeah. Made a brief mention of eating Tide Pods, but from a child's point of view. The piece read, quote, "From the very second I saw those blue and red detergent pods come out of that shopping bag last week, I knew immediately that come hell or high water, I would eat one of those things," end quote. It's funny. In 2017, the website collegehumor.com published a sketch video called "Don't Eat Laundry Pods. Seriously, they're poison." That was the name.
Yeah.
In the video, a college guy is shown researching all the dangers that come along with eating detergent pods. Then in the very next scene, he devours a bunch of the pods and winds up on an ambulance stretcher. And this sketch video by College Humor seems to have given people the freedom to talk about their hidden obsession. The insatiable urge to eat those fucking pods. And I'll be honest, man, I look at those pods and I swear to God, I want to put one in my mouth. I don't know what it is. Honest to God. I never did it, but I get that urge. I want to put that in my mouth.
I think that's
like, fucking weird.
That's like a visual marketing like residual from your history. Like because it looks like a Skittle or it looks like a combo of some person's Skittles. I get it. They look like candy.
They look delicious.
They look like candy. I get it.
Yeah.
But I don't understand this urge, though.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I looked at one, never wanted to eat one.
I swear to you, man.
I know. I'm saying me, I guess. I'm not judging or anything, but I'm just saying, like, I don't even know the urge, much less why even put one physically in your mouth.
Yeah.
I can see, like, chucking it at someone.
Or kids. Like that onion piece. I could totally see a kid thinking that. I'm going to put that in my mouth one day. That looks good. You know?
Yeah, but the onion is like a world of satire. It's subtlety.
It is, but there's truth there, man.
I mean, I don't want to get rid of satire and subtlety in order for people not to fucking ingest Tide Pods.
Right.
That's a bad, dark world I don't want to be in either.
Good point.
But Jesus Christ. Fuck. We can't put a label on everything. Don't turn left. Don't eat this fucking Tide Pod.
Yep.
You know? Oh, I get it. Okay.
Then after the College Humor piece...
Yeah.
Suddenly eating pods found its way onto the subreddit called Intrusive Thoughts. And the thread was called "Bite into one of those Tide Pods. Do it." Then the idea jumped back to The Onion, where they jokingly wrote about flavored Tide Pods. All this in 2017. In January 2018, late-night talk show host Jimmy Kimmel referenced eating Tide Pods in a joke aimed at President Trump, saying, quote, "Sounds like somebody's been in the White House laundry room eating Tide Pods," end quote.
Yeah.
So it's out there. It's viral. kids were doing it. But the problem with eating laundry detergents, besides it being fucking gross, is that the liquid in these pods is usually 90% active ingredients and only 10% water, meaning that what you're biting into is very highly concentrated. And the 90% active ingredients, it's not just soap. Inside a Tide brand pod, there's tons of different pods out there, but in the Tide brand, for example, you have super concentrated Tide detergent, stain remover, and optical brighteners. There are perfumes in Tide pods, and bonding agents, and something called Bitrex, which coats the outside of some Tide and other detergent pods and is used to deter children from eating the pods because Bitrex leaves a very bitter taste in the mouth and triggers nausea in the body even before swallowing anything. So lots of ingredients in pods, none of which should go down your throat. And if you do ingest a detergent pod, expect to get sick because detergent pods are considered a poison. If you bite a pod that contains Bitrex, that first bitter taste could cause a person to inhale sharply, which could cause the pod to get lodged in the throat, causing choking and coughing. And once the pod liquid hits the inside of your mouth, if you bite into it, sensitive membranes in the mouth can be destroyed by the cleaning agents, and your mouth will start to burn, and the burning could last for minutes or even days. If you spit the liquid out, your lips could get burned. And these are chemical burns, not liquid hot soup burns.
Yeah.
Your lips, tongue, and the inside of your cheeks could swell up, the body's natural inflammatory response to try to fight off the burning. And if you swallow the liquid, you risk burning the back of your throat, and your throat could shrink in circumference, effectively reducing the amount of air you breathe, which could result in death. And of course, our natural inclination is to breathe more rapidly if this happens, to try to take large gulps of air, which, if done enough times in rapid succession, could make you feel groggy, dizzy, or even cause you to pass out. Also, these deep breaths could cause the pod liquid to make its way into your lungs for a whole new set of troubles. Of course, there could be vomiting and excessive spitting, and the vomit and the spit will be pink, blue, or green, as your saliva would be tinted from the detergent dyes that you just ate.
Jesus.
Fucked up. Now, thankfully, you don't really hear about the Tide Pod Challenge anymore, and the only videos on YouTube are reaction videos. But one source said that since early 2017 to today, there have been 17 cases of coma, 6 cases of respiratory arrest, 4 cases of fluid in the lungs, and 2 cases of cardiac arrest in America, all as a result of people eating fucking detergent pods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's our future.
Also, this
is our future generation.
This is also a very specific type of... this only affects a certain type of people, too. A lot of cultures don't have fucking Tide Pods. They clean their own goddamn thing through powder or straight up from a gallon of liquid, right? Not pods.
Right.
Pod thing is not everywhere.
Now,
it's very selective.
I read a statistic. 7,500 or 17,500, something like that, children in the U.S. Are rushed to hospitals and poison centers due to ingesting laundry detergents. Not necessarily pods, but laundry detergents. Oh, really? That's fucked up.
As a general thing?
Yeah, as a general thing. This number has increased since the Tide Pod Challenge came out. But what they say is you're better to slam a shot of liquid out of the bottle because it's more concentrated. There's more water in those bottles than in these little bombs of pods. It's just super concentrated. Bang, you're done.
Yes. That makes sense.
But this is what people do.
Yeah.
Now here's a genius one. Tide Pod Challenge. Do it or no?
No.
Okay. Here's a genius one. The Fire Challenge.
Come on.
I'm serious. I am not making this up. I wish I was making this up.
Are they firebending?
Because this terrifies me. Because I have kids. You know what I mean? This shit terrifies me. So in the Fire Challenge, what I'll call an endurance challenge, participants are instructed to douse various parts of their bodies with a flammable liquid, like rubbing alcohol, nail polish remover, or hand sanitizer. and then, you guessed it, light it on fire. Yeah. Now, the fire challenge originated, go figure, on YouTube in April 2012, when a video called Fire Challenge was uploaded by a user named One Blazing Eagle 1, who's just some asshole that hurts himself on camera for likes. In the video, One Blazing 1 Eagle lights a match and places it against his chest hair, which immediately ignite and flames just rush up towards his face. His Fire Challenge video gained over 100,000 views and has since been removed from YouTube. From there, in April 2013, a Vine user named Rolando Costantino used hashtag Fire Challenge in a video where he sucks a lighter flame into his mouth for a number of seconds. It then jumped back to YouTube in May 2013 when the YouTube user Freddie Bryant uploaded a video called Hand Sanitizer Fire Challenge, in which he uses hand sanitizer to light his hand on fire. Idiot. In June of 2013, One Blazing Eagle 1 was back and uploaded a video to YouTube called Nuts and Chest Fire Challenge, where a group of men lit their chest hair and leg hair and pants on fire. And in 2014, the media got wind of the challenge and ran with it.
Mm-hmm.
So do we even have to cover obvious dangers of this challenge? Obviously,
in
what?
this day and age, maybe.
Okay, well, good point. Obviously, severe pain, bleeding, blistering can happen as a result of the fire challenge.
Right.
Severe burns up to 3rd degree, which is considered skin death.
So it's 1st degree is the least, right?
Yeah.
So the higher the number, the worse it is? Is like,
you know what?
It's like DEFCON.
I would have to look that up.
I wasn't sure. Okay.
Shit, I should have put that in there.
Most likely you're right. I think 3rd degree burns is more severe.
Because I think 1st degree is just surface.
Right, I just want to make sure.
Surface
sometimes
burns,
they
maybe a blister.
Go the other way around.
No, I think it's 1 through X in this one.
Okay.
So 3rd degree could result, which, like I said, is considered skin death, where skin is left white and without sensation, which is always a nice, fun side effect to this challenge. Oh, then there's skin grafts to fix the damaged skin. Can't forget that.
Yeah.
You could accidentally inhale superheated air and burn your lungs.
Yeah, that's
fuck, man.
Not good. That's why a lot of people they die in burning buildings and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Which if your lungs get burned, you'll have to live on a ventilator for a while.
Yep.
And of course, fire is very difficult to contain, so the threat of flames jump into other parts of the body or to the surroundings, that's a very real threat. And a lot of times when you see people do this challenge, they immediately start running around instead of putting out the flames, which, of course, causes more oxygen to fuel the fire, making the fire rage even worse, these fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Now, there are casualties to this to this challenge.
I bet.
In August of 2018, 2 friends dared 12-year-old Tamaya Landers from Detroit to attempt the fire challenge. Tamaya put rubbing alcohol in her hand and either lit it herself or her friends lit it. Tamaya's mom found her 12-year-old daughter running down the hallway screaming for help. Her mom said she looked like a little fireball. Ultimately, Tamaya suffered severe burns over 49% of her body and requires many major surgeries to try and fix her damaged skin. And thankfully, doctors expect her to make a full recovery. This one makes me sick. This took place in North Carolina in July 2014. A 41-year-old woman named Janie Talley helped her 16-year-old son with the fire challenge by filming the boy douse himself with fingernail polish, then light himself on fire.
Douse himself?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, it was on his chest. Mostly on his chest, his neck. He kind of doused it. I'm kind of making the motions. You know what I mean? Like this kind of.
That's.
Her son suffered severe burns on his chest and neck, and the mother was arrested after bystanders witnessed this event, and she was charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
The doy.
Now, this one is vague, as the victim wanted his name left out in the news report. You know what? I made a mistake. I didn't find any fatalities in this challenge.
Okay.
In this challenge. Fatalities are coming up. Sorry, this one's vague, though, as the victim wanted his name left out of the news reports. But this happened in July 2014, and the victim was 15 years old from Lexington, Kentucky. And I think he gave a fantastic quote to reporters, which is why I included it here. But the same thing, he saw the challenge on YouTube and wanted to try it. He poured rubbing alcohol on himself, and boom, up in flames. And he was severely burned. And his quote was, quote, "What they don't show you at the end of the videos is the consequences of doing this, getting second and third degree burns," end quote. Perfectly said, kid.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
listeners,
that's the thing. Imagine in these videos, it just cuts off, right?
not all of them. No.
So
some guys you'll see them jump into a shower and see the flames go out and stuff like that.
Okay.
I didn't put any links in this. Listeners could look it up. I'm not going to promote this shit. So, rating, listeners, fire challenge, bad fucking idea. Yeah. Don't do it. Not worth it.
You're making Prometheus look bad. Also,
why Prometheus?
Didn't he bring fire to humanity? Or is that the wrong guy? I might have got the wrong guy. Right? He was the guy who stole fire from the gods, brought it to humans in the Greek mythology.
I think it was Prometheus.
I think so. I might be wrong. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. Because a lot of yeses, you know. I was going to say, I was going to interrupt you earlier with this thing. I was going to say, like, wow, and we thought we were stupid when we put helium in blimps. Like, this is like this is like worse probably because there's so many back to back.
Right.
You know.
Ready for another?
No.
Now, this next challenge spiked in popularity right here in the Midwest this past January and February when we experienced our polar vortex, when we here in Chicago reached actual temperatures of -20.
You talking about the boiled water thing?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
I actually saw this, yes.
And I've done this challenge, not even realizing it was a challenge. But luckily for me, no injuries resulted.
Yeah, it's in this too.
And it's called the Boiling Water Challenge.
Yeah.
So you're familiar. Cool.
I've done this but in my childhood, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what you do is you get a pot or a cup of boiling hot water. And in sub-zero temperatures, you throw the pot of boiling water into the air, and it immediately turns to steam and then snow, and then it floats away.
It's really cool.
Yeah, this is all done outside, of course.
Yes.
When I did it for Talia, my daughter. She loved it. But I made sure she was standing far away, and I knew which way the wind was blowing.
Yeah.
And everything turned out fine.
Not downwind, people.
Right. So you see, cold air can't hold as much vapor as warm air. So when you toss the boiling water into the freezing cold air, you get to witness what's called the Mpemba effect. M-P-E-M-B-A. Mpemba effect. The observation that hot water can freeze faster than cold water. And you get to witness a liquid become a vapor and then a solid all in the matter of a second or two. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little science experiment.
Yeah, definitely.
But for some people, they didn't take bystanders or wind direction into consideration when attempting the challenge. And lots of people are injured, suffering burns to their hands, feet, face, and arms.
Yeah.
In January 2019, just not too long ago, in Chicago alone, 1 person was hospitalized and 7 were injured while attempting the boiling water challenge, ranging in ages from 3 years old to 53 years old. Of those 8 people injured, 7 were treated with severe blistered burns. One of them so bad she needed an operation to correct.
Wow.
People were also injured in Iowa and Minneapolis as well. So the history behind this one, the challenge, not the science, from what I could tell, started in October 2014 with a Facebook user named Justin Park. In the video, which he uploaded to YouTube, Park basically reverses the ALS Ice Bucket challenge. This fucking moron is standing outside, shirtless in freezing weather.
Oh my God.
And takes a pot of boiling water and dumps it right over his head. I think he expected it to immediately turn to steam, or his cold body would somehow deflect the heat. I don't know. But this asshole immediately fell to the ground, writhing in pain.
Yeah.
He suffered third-degree burns as a result.
Fuck you. That's so awful.
His video amassed over 2 million views, and YouTube has since taken it down. And eventually, the challenge evolved into not throwing it on yourself, but into the air instead.
Yeah. Doing a certain arc, right?
Right. Like you said,
this
where the
film-
wind is going, where people are standing. Be fucking smart, people.
I have this Facebook friend. I don't want to say friend. I guess I haven't seen him in a while. But who is from film school, and he filmed it in slow motion, and he released it in slow motion of the effect.
That's cool.
Over his building on top of a roof or whatever. He did it just right over the arc.
Wow.
And the crystallization. It was really cool.
Yeah.
He did it in slow motion. He did it right.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no,
that's
dude.
cool.
Liquid vapor solid in a matter of seconds looks
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah.
Looks awesome. So, listeners, this one could be done. This could be fun if it's done correctly.
Yeah, just like any science experiment.
Right. Now I'll leave link in to a video in the show notes where the boiling water challenge worked, if done in the video's case, somewhat correctly. Little fails in there too.
Yeah.
But you get to see, in case you live in a warm weather area, you don't know what the fuck we're talking about, so you get to see it. Yeah. So watch the show notes.
I guess this one I've seen more because we got extra cold this winter.
Yeah, dude.
And that extra cold led to, a lot of people that I knew doing it. So that's how I just know Facebook was showing me. Otherwise, I would never know.
I didn't do it this year.
I didn't know it was a challenge. I didn't do it this year either because I figured I saw videos like my friend what he did and other people who did it right. I'm like, they can do it. I can't do it as better as they can. So I just watch theirs.
Can't top that.
Can't top that, no. And as a kid, I was more fascinated. Like when I was Tally's age, just when I did it.
Oh,
I did
she
it with a
loved
cup.
it. She thought it was magic.
I did it with a cup. Yeah, it looks like magic.
Yeah.
Looks great.
I should have done it this year with Nico because he hasn't seen it, but
Yeah, next year.
maybe this year I wouldn't have been lucky. I don't know. Maybe I got lucky the first time, but I was smart. I knew where she was. I knew the wind, measured it up, and we were fine. Now here's one with boiling water that you absolutely should not attempt.
Put your dick in it.
It's called the hot water challenge. So we got the boiling water,
That's so stupid.
boiling water challenge.
Already sounds stupid.
Now we got the hot water challenge, right?
Human miso soup.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I bet, yeah.
Now this ridiculous idea, the deal in this challenge is to pour boiling hot water, 212 degrees or more, over yourself or over an unsuspecting friend, or drink it through a straw. Oh, so fucking stupid. And of course, you got to videotape the whole thing.
Well, I mean, if you don't have evidence of your dumbassery, what's the point?
Right.
Drinking through a straw?
Oh.
Sometimes I see it.
So this is the one with fatality.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
So I've seen, sometimes I get a customer, a random one, at work where they would ask for a straw for like something hot, like a latte or a hot coffee. And I always warn them, like, are you sure you know, right, it's going to be bad? It's going to be because it's concentrated heat through a straw. It feels like twice as hot as the actual thing is.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain, but it is true.
So when you tell people that, what do they say to you?
Well, it's like, yeah, no, I know. I do it all the time. I guess they have a mouth of steel.
Or
some people
all their
ask,
sensors are dead in their mouth?
Some people do ask for like lattes at 200 degrees. We can only go up to 190. At least our machines can go up
interesting.
before it starts frothing over itself.
Did not know that.
Yeah, but we go up to 190 if they request it. And I've seen people just drink it from there. And they're fine.
Fuck.
And they're fine. So I'm like, clearly they know what they're doing. I've never seen a fatality in my store or anything, but I think it's insane.
Wow.
I tried it once before. Drinking hot chocolate through a straw. It burned like hell.
Yeah, no, it's no fun.
It's too hot.
Not fun. And I don't like. I like spicy. Love spicy. I don't like hot.
Yeah,
I don't like hot.
I hear you.
So where did this retarded shit come from?
Oh.
Well, no one's really sure, but it seems to have first surfaced on YouTube in 2016, gained popularity in 2017, ran through 2018, and there are no known reports of the hot water challenge in 2019. There are other reports that the videos of the hot water challenge began popping up in 2012 or 2013. Doesn't matter. The results are horrible.
Yeah.
So in 2017, an 8-year-old named Kiari Pope was dared by her cousin to drink boiling hot water through a straw. The cousin watched some people trying it on YouTube and said she thought it would be fun to try. Of course, 8-year-old Kiari didn't know any better, so she did it. Kiari suffered severe burns to her mouth and throat and died from her injuries a few months later.
Months later? Wow. That's even worse. That wasn't right away.
Sad, man. Real fucking sad. In July 2018, 15-year-old Kylan Clark from Indianapolis, Indiana, was hospitalized after oh, God, this is so fucked up. After a friend poured hot water, boiling hot water, over his body while he was sleeping as a prank. The victim said his skin was just falling off his body. He was burned so bad.
Wow.
He suffered second-degree burns on his back, on his neck, and on his face. Clark and his friend had looked up the hot water challenge on YouTube prior to going to sleep. And, of course, later that night, it fucking happened.
Yeah. That's how hot? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Now, you could find some compilation videos on YouTube of assholes doing the challenge.
Yeah.
But I'm not leaving links. Find it yourself.
Yeah.
There's one, brother and sister.
Yeah.
Sister shows, she takes a pan.
Yeah.
It's on the stove. Water's in the pan. Water's bubbling. She runs her stupid little ass out. She's a teenager. Runs her stupid little ass outside, holding the pan, one hand phone with the other. And you see her brother leaning up against a car, back to the camera, right?
Yeah.
Talking to a friend over the roof of his car, right?
Yeah.
And what does the sister do?
Yeah.
Runs right up on him and fucking throws that pot of hot water all over his back. Kid just, and I don't know how old he's tall, but he's a teenager, just immediately falls to the ground screaming. And then they show pictures later of skin just peeling off his back, dude.
Yeah, of course.
That little bitch should be charged with attempted murder. I don't know, but...
Yeah, or like, what's it called when you accidentally kill someone?
Manslaughter.
Manslaughter, I want to say. Attempted manslaughter.
It's fucked up, man.
It's a complicated one. Yeah.
Okay, this next one begins to take us into a deeper pit of bullshit and fuckery. It doesn't have a quippy challenge name, and it's not necessarily a challenge, although it does give some ominous instructions, and its target is most definitely children. And again, this has to do with YouTube, and specifically YouTube Kids, that supposedly well-vetted YouTube platform aimed towards children. Now, I'm not going to get on my soapbox about YouTube and YouTube Kids. We already did that in Supernatural Occurrence Studies podcast episodes 58 and 59, where we talked about the Elsagate conspiracy. But on this supposed highly vetted child-friendly app, scumbag internet edgelords are splicing into real child-themed videos content on how kids could harm themselves. Probably the most popular example of internet trolls splicing harmful content into a children's video happened in 2018. Mm-hmm. There's a Wii U game called Splatoon. It's really popular, and there are YouTubers that all they do is upload videos of themselves playing Splatoon. I think it's Splatoon. It's a fun-looking game, brightly colored, childlike characters running around with, in wild-colored buildings and landscapes, shooting each other with ink, and everything gets all messy. Seems like a lot of fun. So it's no wonder why on YouTube and YouTube Kids, Splatoon gameplay videos get a ton of views, like millions. Harmless enough. My kids watch gameplay videos all the time, Minecraft and GoBlocks or Roblox, shit like this. They'll watch it for hours. But what some piece of shit did was take an ordinary Splatoon-like video and splice in a guy who, in the video, during the middle of this innocent gameplay, walks out, turns to the camera and says, "Remember, kids, sideways for attention, long ways for results. End it." While giving his grim instructions, the mysterious man is holding his hand over his arm like a knife and makes cutting motions how to properly commit suicide. Then the Splatoon gameplay resumes, and kids are left wondering just what the fuck did they just see. Now, I have a clip of this guy. Oscar, can we play this really quick?
Remember, kids, sideways for attention, long ways for results.
So that's what pops up while kids are watching. And this crazy shit got 600,000 views before it was finally taken down. The sad thing is, if kids are already feeling depressed or suicidal or are already emotionally unstable, something like this could be a trigger for them and push them towards the unthinkable. And suicide is the second leading cause of death for people ages 10 to 34. That's exactly what the video editor had in mind, harming kids. Mm-hmm. They waited long enough in the Splatoon video to a point where a parent's guard would be down, like walk away out of the room, 4 minutes and 45 seconds into the Splatoon video to be exact. Then bam, the suicide instructions were inserted. And YouTube knows who uploaded and edited the video and issued him or her a strike, a warning that if they upload more content like this, they'll be banned from the platform. You fucking kidding me? Of course, YouTube won't release the offender's information, although some claim the video came from a YouTube channel called The Yellowist, which did a lot of work with Splatoon videos. Now, the man in the clip, though, he's a popular YouTube personality named George Miller, a.k.a. Filthy Frank. Filthy Frank describes himself as, quote, the embodiment of everything a person should not be. He, Filthy Frank, is anti-PC, anti-social, and anti-couth, end quote. Filthy Frank has over 6.3 million YouTube subscribers. Now, Miller insists he didn't upload the video, nor did he have anything to do with editing himself into the gameplay video. And interestingly, this is the only example news sources cite, even though news sources say that countless other kids' videos have been tampered with. But good luck trying to find an example. Going back to that media thing, right? How they could blow something out of proportion. But still, with 600,000 views before it was pulled, the Splatoon video damage had been done. Who knows who saw it? Who knows who was pushed to the edge? And parents just aren't making the connection. Right?
So you're saying that who knows if there is already a fatality about it,
right.
We won't know if it's because of this.
Exactly. So regardless or not, if it's as rampant as media claims, 600,000 views confirmed, the damage was done.
And also kids, especially like 10 or younger, probably younger too, they don't just watch. I mean, they watch clips all day and stuff, but like they'll rewatch it.
Tons of times, dude.
Over again. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I remember I still blame my youngest brother for making me watch, meaning being on the TV all the time, the Beetleborgs movie.
Oh yeah, you mentioned this before, yeah.
I still remember that movie because he played it so many fucking times.
Yes.
And after another one, and then Ralph, the middle brother, played equally his own shit. And for me, it was The Mask, with Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Played the shit out of that movie, and I'm sure my parents hated it. Like, that's the point. We all do that. We watch something over and over and over.
And I'll tell you, as a parent, I've seen my kids watch the same videos again and again and again, because sometimes you can't help it. You need that extra babysitter. I work from home a lot of times, and if I need to work or I need to jump on a conference call or contact a customer, I need quiet. Yeah. And it's really easy. I'm guilty about it. I hate it, but it's true. And that's exactly what this was intended for. Let the guard down for 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Let parents walk out of the room. Okay, this is cool. This is safe. This is fun. And then, bam, it happens. And we covered this extensively in the Elsagate episodes. So listeners, definitely go back and check that out. But just horrible, twisted shit. There's people out there who want to hurt kids. No doubt.
Because this one video does exist, right? So there is...
Oh, yeah.
This is one evidence.
Yeah.
One piece of evidence. And because... So do you think it's a case of the media actually blowing something up that's based on just one clip?
Because I couldn't find anything else.
It's all speculation. Right?
About stuff spliced in.
It's all fears and stuff. Doesn't seem like anyone has any other video.
Not to my knowledge, no. Can't find any. That is the only video they source.
I'm pretty sure there would have been another one. What do you think of this guy's involvement, the man who was in the video?
Just based on the content of his channel and how brash he is and how offensive he is, I could probably see him doing it as a haha, as a joke. But he did do, early in his career, I read, he did a lot of green screen videos that he could use later on in the future. There's a green screen behind it. He could put anything he wants, you know what I mean? So what they think is that someone got a hold of one of his green screen videos when he did this suicide instruction as a skit, nothing to do with...
kids or anything.
Well, he does say... Right, what was his quote?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I did have a
remember kids. This way for
but
that.
I'm saying he didn't intend with placing into Splatoon, right?
To intentionally trick kids. I think the audience would have been meant for an adult, right? In a skit of his.
Right. If you see it in an adult movie, you're not going to bat your eyes on that.
Right.
But if you see it in a kid's movie, for example, that's a different story.
Especially hidden in a kid's...
Hidden, but it's double worse.
Which brings us to... I don't know if you heard of this one.
Wait, no. Before you continue, I didn't know you're going to move on.
No, go ahead.
I almost thought this was the last one. Let's talk about a little about the the horrible world we're in, where we're allowing YouTube to just give them a strike.
Thank you.
And then a warning not to do it again, or they'll be banned forever, and not giving out the name to any authorities about this when it's as bad, if not worse, than the going back to the burning thing about the mother lighting his own kid on fire.
Oh, right.
You know, it's how is it not the same, if not worse?
I agree with you. I think it's terrible.
That is insane. But they jump on you right away if you use 2 seconds of a real song in your clip. God forbid you do that. You're arrested. You're banned forever.
Preach.
But if I tell you, go kill your children, I get a strike. I can get off with doing it once. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's sickening.
I can get away with this doing it once.
Well, it's because
that's basically what they're telling
it had 600,000 views. They're getting money, man. Advertising revenue.
I'm just saying, you know.
That's what they care about. It's fucked up.
Just saying, we should hold YouTube accountable.
I agree with you. 100%.
It's like a 4chan light.
Ugh, 4chan.
And by the way, I've only heard of 4chan. I've only been to the website once for about 2 minutes.
Really?
That's how much I don't know about 4chan.
Yeah,
I only hear stories.
It's a shitty place.
I hear
really
that's
is.
all I hear. I hear like the you know, you think of Taxi Driver, the scum of New York. It's like that, but for the world.
Yes,
the scum of
for the
world.
web.
It's like for the web. It's 4chan.
Yeah, 4chan. Yeah,
that's what I think of.
I love it. Good. Yeah.
So I don't go on it. But, yeah.
Well, it's getting worse.
Sorry, you can continue.
No, that was good. I'm glad you brought that up because it's despicable. The Blue Whale Challenge.
It sounds harmless.
And this is so fucked up.
It sounds harmless.
It's the antithesis of harmless.
I'm just saying, it sounds wonderful.
It is the Mr. Glass to Bruce Willis.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Now, there's no written instructions to the Blue Whale Challenge.
Oh, shit.
Which is actually more like a game, a suicide game. Nor is there a talking head on YouTube laying out how to play. A lot of this is hearsay. But even though it's mostly hearsay, the Blue Whale Challenge was hugely terrifying in 2017. This thing took place mostly on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and the suicide game lasts a whopping 50 days and presents the player with daily tasks. And really, I'm not even sure it's real. There's people in both camps. Now, the game is between someone called the administrator and the helpless contestant or victim. Each day, the administrator issues a new challenge the contestant must complete. And the challenges start out innocent enough. Listen to a certain type of music. Watch a certain horror movie at 4:20 a.m. 4:20. Fuck you, edgelord.
Not even 3 a.m.?
Yeah. Overcome a fear. Stand on a bridge. Dumb shit like that.
Okay.
Then the challenges begin to get more ominous. Like staying up to all hours of the night. Or carving a whale symbol into your skin, drinking bleach, standing on the edge of a roof, making yourself sick in any way, leading up to the ultimate challenge, suicide. And the hook is, if you don't complete the challenges and send a photo or video as proof that you're completing the challenges, the administrator will release personal information about the victim worldwide online. Something embarrassing or highly sensitive, something detrimental to the social status, maybe something illegal the victim did. Because supposedly, when the game begins, the administrator places a virus or malware onto the participant's computer, allowing them, the administrators, the ability to gather any and all personal data stored on the host PC or take hold of their browsing history, effectively holding the participant hostage.
This is a Black Mirror episode.
It is. You're right.
There's a
First
Black Mirror
season.
episode.
First season.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you a story too after this. But think about who doesn't have something weird on their PCs, or who hasn't looked up something crazy in Google Chrome. I'll tell you, if my work checked my work laptop, they would think I'm a fucking psychopath.
I mean,
because of the shit I researched for this show, right?
Right.
So,
I mean, I'm fucked up for just my own thing.
yeah. Now, to the impressionable, the idea that someone could know that and then release the incriminating evidence to family, friends, or the world, it's got to be terrifying.
So they're targeting adults then? Because children don't have shame like that.
Well, it's. I found one story of an adult. The others are teenagers.
That's okay. Teenagers, I can see.
Oh yeah,
teenagers
yes.
can embarrass to do anything.
Well, especially today. What do kids do with their phones?
They're way more cloistered than ever. Yes,
not cloistered.
No, I mean not. You know what I mean? Not cloistered, but like.
No, they're showing their tits. They're giving blowjobs on their cell phone. Videos.
No, not like that. Not like that. how do I say this?
Because cloistered is
Shameful?
like protected. Like
No, you're
like
right,
a nun
you're
is cloistered.
But no, it's like retroactively, of course. It's not. I mean like that. I mean, what's the word I'm thinking of? Easily shamed, easily something. I don't know. There's a word, but easily triggered. I know that's the word they use. It's not real triggered, but it's like, fuck, it's gone. Sorry.
Okay, continuing.
Yes.
So again, to someone who's highly impressionable, the thought that someone could get a hold of something incriminating and show it to their dad or show it to their boyfriend or release a crime that they did, that's fucking terrifying. Now, it's all probably just a ruse to get the participant involved in completing challenges, but who knows? They call it doxing is what they call it. Doxing is the term.
Okay.
We capture everyone's information and threaten to release it. And no one knows how many victims, scratch that, and no one knows how victims are chosen. But the common belief is that these blue whale administrators stalk their prey online. They watch their people's tweets, their Facebook updates, the vibe of their Instagram pictures, and even personal information available in public profiles. And they wait for the perfect candidate, someone who's highly impressionable, or suffering abuse, or they're depressed, or they were molested, something where they're going to be easy to sway, right? And think about what you put, or what maybe not us personally, but people put on social media.
Yeah.
Every fucking aspect of their life. So this makes sense. They're just out there watching, and then they find the perfect target, and the game begins, right? So where did the Blue Whale Challenge come from? It's believed that the game originated in Russia in 2013 by a 21-year-old psychology student named Philip Budyakin?
Sure.
Budyakin, who was expelled from his university. It's claimed he invented the game as a way to get back at society, to cleanse it, to push those that he saw as having no value to suicide. Budyakin was arrested in 2016 and pled guilty to inciting at least 16 teenage girls to commit suicide.
Did they?
According to the story.
Wow.
He was arrested.
Damn.
That's his words. In June 2017, a postman in Moscow named Ila Sodorov, I'm sorry, listeners, I can't pronounce these names, claimed he set up a blue whale group to encourage children to self-harm and commit suicide. He said he had 32 children in his group completing tasks, and he gave no word if he knew if any of them died or not. In June of 2018, Russian financial analyst Nikita Mironov was arrested for allegedly being the real mastermind behind the Blue Whale Challenge. He is suspected of grooming 10 underage girls for suicide, and supposedly 2 of them made it to the end of the game and did it. So a lot of activity in Russia, both in the form of suicides and supposedly the origin of the game.
And the people they targeted were in Russia too? Curious about that. No, I mean, you don't know the answer, it's not a big deal.
This isn't only isolated to Russia, as you'll see here in a minute.
Right, because the internet is everywhere.
Because there's also been instances of the Blue Whale Challenge in Italy, Bulgaria, Brazil, Bangladesh, China, Egypt, India, and more. Most people believe this was an outside the U.S. thing, that the Blue Whale Challenge didn't beach itself here in the U.S.
At least not yet.
But that seemed to change on July 8th, 2017, when, according to his parents, 15-year-old Isaiah Gonzalez from San Antonio, Texas, was found hanging in his closet with his cell phone propped on a shoe, recording the entire suicide and live streaming it to the internet. His parents believed this was the final challenge in their son's Blue Whale game. Also in July 2017, a 16-year-old girl from Atlanta, Georgia, was, according to her family, another victim of the Blue Whale. Now, the girl's name is withheld from news stories, but her parents insist that in the weeks leading up to her suicide, she'd been doing very odd things, like climbing onto a roof. Remember, one of the challenges is to go to stand on the edge of a roof. And paint things. She painted things that looked like whale skeletons. All things, her parents say, were likely challenges associated with the game. A 32-year-old woman from Wichita Falls named Natasha Kadena hanged herself on July 4th, 2017, another apparent victim of the blue whale. Natasha's cell phone was found at her feet, and her mother said in the weeks leading up to her daughter's death, Natasha was cutting herself, taking videos of it, and then sharing them with some woman named Loretta from France. And Natasha was also sending Loretta money, even though payments to administrators is not a common thing with the Blue Whale Challenge. A 12-year-old boy named Chase Meisner from Oklahoma took his life in August 7, 2017 after apparently playing the game. When police were investigating Chase's death, they found 2 other girls at Chase's school that were also playing the game. The 2 girls were rescued, but they were rescued by authorities. And last, when this story was written, they were getting this news story that I picked this from. Those 2 girls, they were also getting help. They were seeking treatment for whatever they were suffering prior to picking up the game. It's so fucking bad. It's the last thing parents need in an already scary world. We have to worry about our kids getting bullied at school. Now they come home and get psychologically manipulated to kill themselves. What the fuck? Looks like you want to say something.
Yeah, I mean, this is so targeted, though. It's so specific. Like, it feels like a serial killer type thing. Like, it's picking off his victims. You carefully choose them.
It's very serial killer-like. You're right.
Right, yeah. But you don't... What episode did I talk about the... I think I mentioned it on air. I know I talked to you about this. What episode did I mention about when we were talking about MOMO Challenge? How I thought at the time, when you told me the story, that it doesn't exist because a murderer or a serial killer, or someone who gets off on this, has no connection to the victim. It's all random. You know what I'm saying?
I think it was when we were talking about Momo.
Yeah.
In one of the outtakes or something.
And how I thought that the only thing that keeps me, I guess, thinking that it's not a real thing is because a serial killer would want to either kill the person or see it happen.
Right.
Right? And there is no connection. There's nothing to satisfy that person from saying he did a good job at getting this guy to kill himself.
Right.
Or killing someone.
He can't go back to the scene of the crime and relish.
Right. Because it's happening always, never around them. Right? So
right.
Different state, different country. And I was kind of relishing the idea that a serial killer has to be up close or something. And I gave the analogy or the example of that movie. What's the name of that movie? Compliance. About the guy.
Oh, the phone call to the restaurant.
That's a true story. And the true story is even worse than the movie.
So, brief synopsis.
Yeah. Brief synopsis is that it's a true story based movie, whatever. Compliance, check it out. It's about this guy who calls a fast food joint, like a Burger King type joint, and tells the manager that he's a cop, and that he's performing a sting operation, and someone at that store with a description that fits someone that works at that store, like a woman, young,
which happens to be a good-looking
teenager,
young woman.
blonde or something like that, stole a purse from one of the customers, and that snowballs into like telling this manager to put this girl in the back of the store in preparation for him to finish the sting operation, so he can go to arrest her and then to ask her questions for her, and then it leads to them torturing this girl psychologically as well as physically.
And physically. Over the phone.
Over the phone, of him just telling him that he's a cop and he has the power to tell you to do this. He's like, I'm deputizing you, or whatever the fuck he says, to convince his manager and other people there, to sodomize the girl, get this girl to do things for them, strip her down, things like that.
Cavity search,
right?
Fucked up. That's a true story.
It's a true story.
God.
It is a true story that happened in some town, I don't remember where. And I read the article about that true story. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compliance
and
listeners.
the movie,
wow.
Oh my God. That whole movie is so gut-wrenching.
It's so uncomfortable.
It's so
Jesus
uncomfortable.
Christ.
And I was thinking, like, that's probably the farthest you can remove yourself from a situation and still enjoy the satisfaction of your prey falling to your whims.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But like doing it online, so even more dispassionate, even more disconnected, I don't think it's a thing.
What they say now is that the heyday of the serial killer, that lone nut that's got a neighborhood gripped with fear, and like people we've been covering over the past couple episodes, those days are over. They can't happen anymore. Technology is too good. Police
Cameras are too
procedures,
good,
cameras everywhere. Police procedures are too good. DNA, fingerprint, all that shit is too high tech now. They could never get away with it. So is this the evolution of a serial killer?
How do you get off from that?
Dude, I don't know.
I don't know. We're not killers, but like, how do you get off from? What do they wait for? A news article displaying their work?
Yeah,
Is that what they wait for?
I don't know.
I mean,
Or a YouTube video.
I mean, the only thing that about this blue whale thing that I can see it working is that they're getting videos and pictures of these people proving they're doing the task that you're asking them.
Right. Yes. Right. Exactly.
That's specific.
That's true.
That is specific. That's fucked up.
You could get off on something like that.
Yes. I was talking about the MOMO at the time, but I'm mentioning this now because we're clearly heading into there.
Yes.
And
it's next. We're going to end with Momo. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I figured. So, like, I figure I mention this now because this seems to be the bridge between them. The MOMO one seems more disconnected, but this one seems pretty direct. I don't know how it works, though. Did you know say anything about how this game works? Like, is it tweets, direct messaging, text? How are the questions asked?
It basically through text.
Through text.
Texts and messaging. Yeah.
Yeah, that's personal. Right?
A lot of it's app based, just like Momo. That did remind me, doxing, being held for ransom with the threat of releasing.
Right.
So our friend Tony.
Yes, I know the story.
Big Tony. Did I tell you the story?
I think so.
Big Tony, right? You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
He was doxed.
Is there a small Tony?
I don't think there's ever a small Tony. It's always Big Tony.
Did you just tell me that?
So Big Italian Tony. He contacted a friend of ours. He never told me about it. I think he was embarrassed. But he contacted another friend of ours, who's his cousin, actually, and said that he received an email from some anonymous person saying that over the last couple months, they had placed malware onto Tony's PC, were able to trigger his camera on, and it's a laptop, it's a PC laptop, trigger the camera on his laptop and caught him jacking off to porn.
Yes.
Right? And they told him, we are going to release to everybody in your contact list, your email contact list, the video of you jerking off.
Yeah.
Unless you pay us $50,000.
Just like that Black Mirror episode.
Yes.
Except mine is the ransom thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tony was freaking the fuck out. He's like, what do I do? I'm going to lose my job. I'm trying to find a job. What if potential employers that I emailed get this? He was freaking out, and my friend calmed him down. This is just a scam. We looked it up. It was all over the internet how it's a scam.
Yep. They still get people. It's like the Nigerian
Oh, absolutely
scam.
They do.
Yeah, they get a lot of people.
And he had like 72 hours to come up with the money or something, and they were going to release.
Yeah, the more time crunch you give them, the more pressure, the more they act out. And they
Right.
Exactly.
But he talked Tony down. Tony never did it. Nothing ever came of it. But there are people who will pay.
Yes.
Because they've been up to some bad shit, and they think people know. And probably 9.5 times out of 10, these people on the other end have no fucking idea.
Right.
They're just shooting in the dark,
Shooting. Yeah, exactly. That's what they're doing. They don't have to hack anything.
Yeah.
They don't have to have someone over anyone.
Right.
And I'm not even saying the people that pay are the ones that did an actual crime or something legit to worry about, but they're just worried that the embarrassment of it all.
Right.
Right.
It's got to be terrifying, man.
I'm in a place right now where if that were real and I get that, I would ignore it even if it were to happen. And I'll just tell you in advance, you might get a video of me jerking off.
All right, cool, man. Good for you.
I'm just ignore it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't want my mom to see it, obviously.
I wouldn't either, but I will tell them, hey, I'm a victim of this thing. I'm not paying a fucking cent, so there you go.
Deal with it.
Deal with it. Sorry.
This is your son. Aren't you proud?
I'm human. Dude, I could not give a shit less.
No, that's good, man. Yeah. So you're not going to be a victim.
Nope.
Not a victim.
I probably couldn't even pay the money anyway. But yeah. That's fucked up. No, because there's a Black Mirror episode just like that. So
it was like one of the first episodes too.
I'm thinking of this episode a lot. So this question I already had the answer for it. Like I knew already. I'll never pay.
Nice.
I'll never do the things to do. Like go meet this guy and get his briefcase. Whatever the movie was doing.
Yes.
I'm like, no, fuck you.
Kill this guy. What?
And that ending, I remember hating the ending of that episode. We're not reviewing that episode. Never mind. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Continue.
So, which brings us to our final fucked up internet challenge. The MOMO challenge.
Mimosas.
Now, the MOMO challenge has been dominating Facebook the last month or so and absolutely terrifying parents. Momo's coming after your kids. Momo's going to make your kids kill themselves. Even Kim Kardashian, speaking to the Kardashians earlier, posted to her Instagram account the dangers of MOMO.
Wow.
And MOMO, she's fucking terrifying. It's an image of this bird-like woman with massive, bulging eyes, an upturned pig-like nose, long, stringy black hair, and massive, lipless grin on her face. I'll leave a link to the image in the show notes. You guys got to see this so you can understand why it's so powerful to kids.
And get a nightmare from it.
Yeah. Now, the image of Momo is actually a picture of the head and shoulders of a rubber sculpture called Mother Bird, created by Japanese artist Kisuke Aiso.
No, don't take it back.
Kisuke Aiso. And inspired by a Japanese folk figure called Abume, or Bird Woman. I'm trying. I'll leave a link. Like I said, I'll leave a link to Momo in the show notes. So, Momo was supposedly born in 2018. The Momo Challenge was born in 2018 in Spanish-speaking countries, after newspapers and tabloids began writing stories about young people taking their lives after being told to do so by something or someone called Momo, even though none of this was ever proven. It started supposedly on WhatsApp, where users would contact a WhatsApp profile that would then send terrible images like dead bodies and mutilated kids, although the images were really blurry, so it's hard to tell if it was real or not, and then issue commands to the victim, very much like the blue whale. Momo then made the jump to, you guessed it, YouTube, where just like in the Filthy Frank Splatoon video, some nefarious group or evil person was splicing clips of Momo, issuing commands into kid-friendly content. As the story goes, the spliced-in video of Momo issued commands to kids, like find your parents' pills and take them all, or simply kill yourself. Otherwise, if you didn't do it, Momo, this thing, will sneak into your room at night and kill you, or kill your parents. Or in another version, if they didn't complete the challenge, Momo would place a curse on the victim. And if I was an impressionable young kid, and I saw this horrifying image of Momo, this bird-like woman saying she's going to come into my room and kill me or my parents, I'd be flying through medicine cabinets looking for those pills. As terrifying as this sounds and as huge as Momo got, there is zero proof that any of this is real. There are no YouTube videos showing spliced-in Momo content, and since this thing is mostly app-based, tracking down any real information is also very difficult. There have been deaths attributed to Momo in other countries, not here in the U.S., where cell phones have been found at the feet of the deceased, and upon investigation, data was found linking the phone to a Momo WhatsApp account. But good luck trying to find hard evidence of these deaths actually happening.
Yeah.
All the news stories come from just one or two stories. This information, the proof, it just doesn't exist. So Momo, in my opinion, is media hype run rampant. But the problem is, just like the Filthy Frank video, with all the attention Momo has gathered, sick fuckers could now start really doing it, inserting clips of Momo into kids' videos in an attempt to do harm and instill fear. That's what's so scary about this. Any 4chan edgelord could do it. And that's exactly what these guys like to do. Strike fear into the hearts of innocent people. These 4chan assholes. And Momo's artist came out and publicly stated that Momo's dead. She's no longer, to try and squash the hysteria his creation caused.
Yeah.
You know how he killed her? He threw her in the garbage.
Yeah.
That's how he did it. Now Momo's dead.
Yeah.
Kids, it's all over the news that Momo's dead. Kids could now sleep easy once again. And that's really all there is to Momo.
You must have gotten a press agent just to get that, because to get a release of that large, for us to be talking about it from Japan, it must have been a big thing to get people to, visually see this death, right, of this Momo danger.
Right.
Because, we're visual creatures, man.
Yeah.
Especially younger kids and stuff. This one, it's funny how this one's your last one, because you said in the beginning that this was going to get gradually worse. And why is this the worst one for you? Because of what can people do from it now?
Yeah. So the blue whale seems to have run its course. You know what I mean? It's no one's talking about this. This
seems to be like
this is the new hotness. It's like the evolution of blue whale. It's the next blue whale,
which makes me think it's all more false because it came from the heels of blue whale.
It really did, but I think it's more impactful, and why I put it towards last because of the image of Momo. There's no images associated with the blue whale,
well, actually, except that's what makes it creepy.
Yeah, except for carving an image of a whale into your skin. There's no image like the bird lady. So I think to kids, if this were real, that image could get a kid to do almost anything because it's so horrifying.
It is horrifying.
You know, so I think that's why I kind of put this to last. And also it's pretty recent too. I mean,
oh yeah, it's
been all over Facebook. So
yeah, I would see. It's funny, the things that you say that are the main trigger points that what makes this scarier or worse I think it makes it less possible. I think what the things that makes blue whale look more normal or unseemly or subtle is the things that makes it worse for me, because it's working to be hidden, not to have an image. Like it's working to bypass a lot of things. It's not like one centralized whale. It's whatever they draw. It's not an actual image. Not an icon. It's not a brand. It's something to
not a brand. Yeah,
it's not just to achieve the death of someone that you caused. It seems to be more direct that way.
So for you, blue whales, that's it. That's the creme de la creme.
Yeah, that's the creme.
Okay.
And this is just a response to that. And someone took this poor man's visual, whatever, bird or woman to do a hype thing, but it isn't based on anything, and it's not real. I mean, it's based on blue whale, but it's not based on anything real.
Right.
And it's not based on some actual cases or actual videos or actual whatever. Not to say that people won't take it from this point, like you said earlier.
Yeah.
Obviously, that could always be the case, but I definitely don't blame the Japanese guy.
No. It's very much like Slenderman.
Yeah, or
you know, I was going to fit Slenderman into here, but I think Slenderman could be at least a half an episode on his own. I didn't want to just put in.
Oh, you think so?
5 or 10 minute, 5-minute talk about him. I wanted to do more, but it's the same thing. It was a story, an internet story that took on a complete life of its own, and it completely got out of the hands of its author and became like this almost real thing. People have killed in the name, or attempted to kill in the name of Slenderman, and Slenderman books and movies and video games.
Like Clive Barker's Hellraiser. The first two are his, and then the rest are not.
Right. But so Momo with the artist, kind of like Slenderman, and his origin story. But I asked my daughter, do you know who Momo? And we talk about all this stuff.
Yeah.
Don't be one of these fools who feels they have to do something because a monster's going to come and get you if you don't. Complete bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So I asked her, and they understand. So I asked my daughter Talia if she heard about Momo. She's like, kids talk about it at school. I'm like, would you ever see it? She's like, no, I don't know what it is. And I've never showed her the picture, but she came to me the other day when I was writing this, and she said, Daddy, did you hear Momo's dead? I go, yeah, I heard he was dead.
Nice.
Yeah, or she was dead. You know how they killed her? She's like, how? So they threw her in the garbage. Well, what do you mean? I said, well, remember I told you it was like a sculpture, a statue, basically? She's like, yeah. So the artist just threw her in the trash. She laughed, and that was it.
Nice.
So she won't fall victim to this bullshit. If it does pop up on YouTube at some point, she'll laugh.
Right. Because you know how lax YouTube is with their criminals.
Oh, God.
Sorry, I have to jab one more time.
I mentioned before, Momo made it into Minecraft. Someone modded Minecraft to... There's a Momo character, 8-bit looking character, Momo, who chases other characters holding a cell phone with a WhatsApp icon on the cell phone.
Nice.
And then I think it was Microsoft or whatever, or no, the creators of Minecraft, whoever that is, rushed to make an edit and get it out. But that's how this is. There's a Michael Jackson Momo out there. You know what I mean?
I bet.
Just took on its whole life of its own.
Especially with the HBO special.
Oh, Leaving Neverland.
I haven't seen it yet.
Whew. Not a review show,
right?
But oh my God, So that's Momo. Those are my challenges. That's what I came up with.
That's cool.
You like?
Yeah, I liked it enough. I mean, it's not like my forte.
I had to get off of serial killers, so
no, it's good. But the image of Momo is scary as the killer clown from Evanston or wherever he was, Norwich.
Gacy, Norwood Park.
Yes,
like killer clowns from outer space. No. What are you talking about?
No. Yeah. Wow. It's fucked up. It's I have a quick theory here that could be a little supernatural, at least scientifically, like science fiction-y.
Yeah.
What if a lot of this is generated AI work on the internet, like to see reactions out of humans, and in fact impacting humanity by triggering like acupuncture internet points of distress and fear and chaos to see how we react to better acclimate to a future AI empowerment.
I love that idea.
Yeah, right. There's no human at all behind this. We're just making it worse by putting on the news. Could be fun.
That is a whole nother show.
Because the internet has a mind of its own. A lot of people say that. It's been true since before AI. So, like, yeah, I would say that. It kind of has a mind of its own.
Wow.
That would be interesting. Because this whole thing is AI-based. Even our texting thing is not like... It's an app. It's all online. You need data for it to work.
That's right.
You know? It's insane, yeah.
What a great thought.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Do you remember when we talked about the deep web way long time ago?
Mm-hmm.
And the Mariana Trench web, the deepest part of the internet?
Yes.
Where, supposedly down there's a sentient AI that kind of runs the internet and does all these things.
Yeah, he also has all the Fabergé eggs.
Right, yeah. Right. I think you said it in that episode, too.
Probably. I don't know why.
But that made me, what you posed made me think of that theory about Mariana Web.
I didn't even think of that when I said it.
With the sentient AI down there controlling things. Who knows, man? I don't know. I don't want to think that this stuff is a product of our race, our species. That's what I'm thinking of. Because this shit is horrible. It is just horrible.
Yeah, I mean, but people can be like this. I mean, all the serial killer talk, they can be pretty bad. Yeah. The last one alone was pretty harsh.
Dean Curl.
Yeah, I mean, I can see, I guess, this. I can almost see there's no problem. I mean, in a way, it's like expanding your business. It's like this is like the LLC version of a serial killer. Like, it's like it's more automated, right? It's more factory based. You're not hands on enough.
Yeah,
you're not door to door business salesman anymore. But this is the new age version of it.
Right.
It's articles incorporated death.
It might be the evolution of the serial killer.
Yeah. I definitely see your point of that. I still think it's pretty dispassionate, though. Other than that blue whale thing, it's other than that, the rest seems pretty dispassionate.
Yeah.
And the rest of it, the ones before that, were just people being dumbasses.
Hot water challenge.
Idiots.
Fire challenge. Jesus Christ.
Stupid. I feel less every time I hear stories like this. I never felt bad really, but I feel even better about not really trolling YouTube ever or anything like that.
Yeah.
It means nothing. It continually doesn't change anything other than it will make me waste more time watching those videos or any videos instead of doing whatever the fuck else I was doing. So. I
mean, I think I would want to end with to our listeners that are parents, talk to your kids, be open and honest about this shit. Let them know what's happening out there on YouTube or on social media. Even if it's nasty stuff, the kids got to know. They got to be ready for it. So when it does come up, they can laugh at it and be like, you know what, that's stupid. I'm not doing that. And feel comfortable saying that.
Yeah. Not
succumbing to peer pressure. Look for signs of depression or look for signs of, changed attitudes and just talk. That's my public service announcement. Talk to your kids.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
That's a good one.
Anything else?
No, I have nothing else. I don't have even, did you know moment or anything. No, it's good. I like that. We should end on that lesson or that little caveat. And yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well then, Oscar, please take us home. Supernatural.
Are you saying you're testing your testes?
Yes.
Okay.
And I counted 3. It's very strange.
Yeah.
Very strange.
You ever get that checked out? You're supposed to do that.
No, but I probably should.
When was the last time, if ever?
About a year ago.
Oh, that's not that bad.
I had them checked.
That's not that long ago.
And what was really weird is that
You liked it?
I'm a clean fellow. You could say like that. I like to be clean, hair free. So I went to the hospital because I was getting these really bad pains, like in my lower stomach and stuff. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Oh.
So they laid me down, and she was a really attractive nurse
Oh, really?
who put her hands down my pants and started feeling around.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, God.
So you were in a Seinfeld episode.
Is that a Seinfeld episode?
Well, they're just a constant stream of really awkward situations.
Very awkward.
That clearly would never happen, but society has somehow both allowed and frowned upon it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then yes. And she's like, oh. No, she didn't say that. That would have been really weird. It would have been cool. But I was all freaked out, like, oh my God, she's going to think I'm a weirdo because I shave and all this.
Did you shave for them, or you just shave in general?
In general.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
Deforestation is a good thing, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good cause, you know?
Well, so that was odd.
So, but did anything shift, move, grow?
No, everything was good.
Wow.
Everything was good. I think it was just gas.
No, I'm saying when you put your hand.
No.
That's a fucking question. Who gives a fuck about your stomach?
I don't care if you're dying.
You're obviously
No,
not,
nothing shifted.
Okay.
Well, that was from something, too.
What?
It moved.
Yeah, that's from Seinfeld.
That was Seinfeld.
So when George gets a massage by that male masseuse, he's like,
yes.
it moved, and he thinks he's gay.
Yes.
It's something you can only
Yes.
pull off in the 90s. If you say that today, you come off as homophobic as fuck.
Oh, they
but
would
like
burn your TV station.
It
down.
worked back then.
It did. It
Yeah.
did. Just like, the racist jokes in Blazing Saddles worked in the 70s.
Yeah, but although that movie still gets like pretty good acclaim, though, no one sees that movie negatively today.
Really?
Yeah, at
I'm
least
really
from my
surprised.
experience. Because it's like, Black Sheriff, it's like still a thing. Still positive,
He's holding the gun to his head. Take one more move and the Aaron gets it. You think he's serious?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's funny.
Insert
racial slur there.
Yeah, I think the awkwardness of the situation will probably, not let my penis grow. Like, I'm pretty sure I could control it then.
Yeah, oh no.
Yeah. Because you're too freaked out that worrying about it. I doubt it'll happen.
Yeah.
Right? Because you have to be comfortable to be in that position to get a hard on, most likely, right?
Yes.
Usually that's when it happens?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you're not a teenager where you can't control your hormones.
Like if the wind blows, it gets hard.
Right,
No,
right.
No. Now you got to spit on it or something. It's not as easy anymore.
You got to be comfortable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Comfortable and spit. But it's a weird opening.
I mean, you're holding your mic strangely.
Am I?
That's better.
This is better?
Yeah. On the side.
Could you hear
what
me
do think
better?
This does nothing.
I thought I was Tupac.
No, don't do that. Don't do that shit. Switching your gun to the side thing.
Yeah,
It's not going to do anything.
Where did that come from? Do you think?
Just looking. It looks cool.
It does look tough, but the accuracy.
It does. No, the accuracy is for shit. I bet. That's why
It's got to be.
every professional shoots like a regular shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do I know about things from the street?
Yeah. Guns backwards is snug.
Oh, that's cute.
That's kind of cute, right?
That's fun. Guns are fun now.
Yeah. I was thinking of something the other day, like, what's something that's funny but evil?
Funny but evil.
But it's really hard to nail that, like something goofy evil. And I was thinking about it, like the gun snug thing, maybe one of them.
I would say some of the videos from the challenges we're going to talk about tonight.
That's interesting.
Hilarious, but so bad.
Here's another one, candy cigarettes.
Candy cigarettes. Yeah, I remember those.
Right? That's like...
They used to have ones that actually puffed smoke.
Oh, I believe it.
Clouds of sugar.
I'm saying that's kind of funny, but evil.
It is evil.
Right?
Teaching kids to smoke.
Yes. Yes.
Not
of
good.
course.
Funny but evil.
It's really hard
Funny
to
but
find that
evil.
symbiosis. I could only think of those two. It was really hard to think about. Maybe that's really funny, but like whimsical but evil, like something that's like harmlessly evil, but not. Oh no, that's not the right term. Something like that.
Anal sex.
How is that evil?
Well, some people would say it's evil. Some
Nah,
people would say,
Yeah, but universally, I think this candy cigarettes works way better as an excuse. But you might be right, but also
because it's fun.
I mean, yeah, it
But
could be fun.
some people think it's evil.
It could be fun.
Yes,
If
you spit on it.
you're a hardcore Catholic, that's a back door into sex, literally. Premarital sex. It's a back door. Get it?
Yes.
Maybe that's funny evil right there for them. Maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
So we found another one.
Okay.
Anal.
All right. Yeah, I'll go with that. I like that.
I'm not sure where we're going with this, but
No,
it's fun.
I was just talk.
It's good.
You sound good, by the way.
Oh, go.
When you don't have your mic held like Tupac.
Like Tupac, like this?
Is that how he held
put
it?
to the side?
I don't know. I never seen his.
I don't know.
live stuff.
I saw him holding his gun that way, so I assumed he held.
I've
his
only
mic
seen one
that
of his
way.
movies, but he didn't have a microphone in that movie.
Which movie did you see?
I don't remember. One of the 90s ones.
I remember Juice.
I think it might have been that one. It's been so long. I don't remember.
He was the bad guy in Juice.
Sure.
Yes.
I remember DMX was going to be a thing around that time.
I think DMX was a thing,
I don't remember.
but then he kept getting put in jail.
Is that what happened with him?
Oh yeah, he was in and out of jail.
Okay. What, to hold his persona of being arf arf bad?
No, I think he was just a dumbass and kept getting caught.
Oh, okay.
I think he would have rather preferred to be out of jail.
Yeah, I would guess everyone in jail doesn't want to be in jail.
Does not want to be in jail.
At least initially, except for those who get institutionalized.
Yes. Oh, speaking of institutionalized jail,
Wow. where is this
I
going?
watched the Vince Vaughn movie,
Oh,
Brawl in Cell Block 99.
99. Yeah.
What a fun film.
That's a fun, great movie, right?
Yes.
That's a great movie.
We were riveted the whole time.
The whole time. When he beats up that car, he beats up a car.
Oh, dude, right in the beginning.
Yeah.
Woo.
That was so cool. I'm like, that's what I
Rips
would
the
do.
hood off and shit.
I'm like that, except way lighter, because I take out my anger at things, never at people.
Oh, it's good.
I focus it in the moment, usually on like a punching a wall or throwing my phone or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is still not good, but like it's better than
It's better than hitting someone in the face.
right or buying a puppy just to kill it.
Oh, that's bad.
Did I go too far?
It's far, but it's bad. But your point is made.
Yes, good.
That you're not
I
doing
had to
that.
take it extra far to make sure that I don't do that.
Yes.
So when I saw that, I'm like, that's what I do. Except he's way better at it than I am.
He was really good at it, man.
Yes, he beat up a car.
Man.
He made that car his bitch, and then everyone else in the movie.
Dude, I've never seen so many curb jobs in my life.
Oh my god, so many.
Curb job after curb job.
Help.
Listeners, look up curb job if you don't know what that is.
Or watch American History X.
American History X, yes.
That's the first time I've ever seen it.
When he dragged that guy's face.
Dude, yes.
It just jaw pieces shattering out of the face. Oh my god.
Have you seen that movie Bone Tomahawk?
No.
Oh, you never seen Bone Tomahawk?
No.
I'm sure I talked about it. I have the Blu-ray. It's like this Western that turns into horror movie, like hardcore horror, the way Brawl in Cell Block 99 is. And
Really?
It's made by the same guy.
Who did Brawl?
Yes.
Wow.
Bone Tomahawk. So basically, it's like a road trip movie in a way. These crazy like underground Native Americans in Old West time kidnap this group of people or family of people, and then the remaining towns members are on a road trip. The whole movie is basically them getting there. Not the whole movie, but most of the movie is getting there, trying to get there to rescue them. And then once they get there, and along the way you get snippets of what's going on there.
Yeah.
It's some horrifying shit.
Really?
Yeah, especially at the end. Oh my god.
I'm gonna have to watch this. Bone Tomahawk.
Yeah, it's a great title too.
What a great. Yeah, I was gonna say, what a great title.
What a great fucking title. That's some really good writing.
Damn. All right, I'm taking a note here.
I have the Blu-ray. If you don't find it, I can let you borrow
Note to self.
we opened this outtake with you having shaved balls.
Are we gonna leave that in?
I mean, I shave mine too.
You do?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the club.
I'm really bad at it. I usually have Lexi do it for me.
Oh, well,
You know?
that's erotic. I do it myself.
No, it's very clinical. Like I try to be fucking still.
It's clinical.
We're not in a sterile environment or something. We're in my room, but like, yeah,
It's clinical.
it is
That's hilarious.
nothing sexual about it at all.
Okay.
Nothing
all right.
romantic. I guess the maybe it's like romantic in a utilitarian way, but it isn't overall romantic.
Oh, all right.
No,
'Cause I always had a fantasy.
it's only
about
fair.
that.
Like if I want her, right, then it's only fair that I do it.
Agreed.
Agree?
It's a good life we live.
Yeah, it's strange.
Strange.
Yeah.
Strange as well, yes.